Hello fellow climbers. My team and I built Dr. Plano, software for climbing and bouldering gyms that reduces admin work, so you can focus on climbing and community. Our scheduling algorithm creates shift plans from your rules and team preferences. Staff can track working hours, swap shifts or call in sick online. For your customers, Dr. Plano supports online bookings and payments directly on your website. And now we are building our own POS. Gyms across Europe already trust Dr. Plano. If you want less admin and more climbing, scan the QR code for a demo or a short call. Enjoy the Dogmasters.
Mooi vind ik dat je de weg niet meer hoort, dat er geen andere mensen zijn, dat je helemaal in het bos bent. En daar ligt dan opeens een supermooi blok. En er zit niks extra, er zit niks in de weg, er zit geen scherp greepje in. Ja, soms denk je wel eens van ja, dit kan toch bijna niet anders dan dat dit gemaakt is om te klimmen. Dit is echt perfect. He, alsof een hele goede routebouwer voor ons cadeautjes heeft neergelegd om te ontdekken. In die afgelegen gebieden vind ik het heerlijk om in mijn eentje te klimmen, alles zelf uit te zoeken, de geluiden van het bos om me heen. Een werkdag is echt, dan loop ik met mijn mapje door het bos en dan heb ik dingen uit te zoeken. Bijvoorbeeld nieuwe boulders die geopend zijn, intekenen. Er zijn vaak geen filmpjes van die boulders nog. Helemaal geen informatie. Nou, dat vind ik een hele mooie manier van klimmen.
Good evening and welcome to Dogmasters 2026. My name is Pete Woods and I'm here with a very familiar face to many of you, Matt Groom. Welcome back.
Hello, sir. It's lovely to be here. It's been a couple of years since I was in this building. I know you've been doing it for those years. So, Pete, we've got a big crowd behind us. What are the audience and the people at home expecting tonight?
Well, it's semi-finals night, so we got to kick a really big field of 20 and get it down to 6 for tomorrow. So you can expect really hard boulders. You can expect this crowd to act as though it was a finals night. That's the kind of vibe you're going to get in here tonight.
This crowd didn't know they were going to be on camera until a couple of seconds ago, but they are centre of attention right now, but very soon our athletes will be. And we're going to split in a minute, aren't we? You're going to go up on the right. I'm going to go up to the commentary box. So, Pete, where are you headed?
I'm going to head into ISO. We get a very special privilege here at Dogmasters. It's not very normal. It's not usual. We don't get to do this, but we're going to go into isolation. We're going to talk to some of the athletes, talk about how they prepare for a comp like this, what kind of mood they're in, just get a bit of a vibe, what it's like in ISO before a big semi-final. And you're going to talk to some route setters.
Yes, I am. They have been very busy out there on the wall setting our devious problems for our climbers. So we'll split now. You head up there. I'm going to go find a route setter, and I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy, guys.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to get. Boulders are on the wall behind us. Crowd is getting ready to come into the room. We're heading up to ISO. Dogmasters 2026 is about to go off. We have a pretty good beginning of the show here for you. If you're just tuning in, we give a little bit of time. The climbing is going to start in about 20 minutes, but we are going to go talk to some athletes. And then just after that, as you heard, Matt is going to talk to some route setters. We'll get a little bit of insight into how these boulders get conceptualized, how they get on the wall, a little bit about some behind the scenes, really, of the route setting side of things, which is, of course, the core of any competition. So now we are behind the curtain. This is a rare thing, as we mentioned earlier. Normally, no media allowed into isolation. But if you've been watching Dogmasters for a while, you know that this is something that we like to do. So what we have is permission, really. Normally, we don't want to get in their space. They're trying to get prepared. Maybe you don't want to see if someone's taping up an injury. So we kind of have this space for the athletes to be on their own. But here we are in isolation. We're going to look back here. This is our warm-up area. Pretty good at Dogmasters. You have a couple of different system boards. Get your fingers warm, get your big muscles warm. They did qualify this morning, so they did do quite a bit of climbing earlier, but they've cooled down, so they got to warm back up again, and this is their chance to get into their headspace. Some will have headphones on, some are chatting, some teammates, a little bit of everything in here. Let's see if we can find a couple of people who want to chat with us. We'll just sort of hunt out, see who might be interested. Do you want to do an interview with us?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, okay. Awesome. We got one. Just introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Amber. I'm Amber Schiffeleers from the Netherlands, so I'm a local.
You are, yes, indeed, local. How many Dock Masters have you been at now?
I think it's my third one if we don't count the COVID one, which was very local and low-key. Yeah.
And what do you like about Dock Masters that's different maybe other big comps that you've done in your career?
It's huge, yeah. Especially for the local comps we have in the Netherlands. This one is huge. I think it's bigger than national championships. So it's a really nice way to test yourself with all the international athletes before the IFC season starts.
And so you've just come off of maybe a bit of a Christmas break, you had a bit of a holiday. When did you start your training back up again, and where does this fit into that schedule leading up to the comp season, which is almost here?
Yeah, so I didn't do World Champs, which allowed me to have a summer break a bit earlier, and so I have quite a couple of training blocks already in my bag. So I think I might be a bit more into training already than some other people. But it's a nice way at the moment to test, yeah.
So in a semifinal round, we know you've got that rest recovery period, we know how it works, but if you had to script out the kind of boulders you would want to see, where would you want to start? On the steep, on the slab, and then what kind of boulders would be your favorite, your ideal semifinal? What do those boulders look like for you?
I think I would have a kind of an unpopular opinion to start on the slab, because it's kind of my favorite style, so I want to have a bit of a success experience as the first boulder, yeah.
I love that. That is, in fact, an unpopular opinion. Competition slab boulders are nasty, but if you have the mindset for it, you come out of ISO, you have to be calm and you get to come in. So if you've got a mindset, you have an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's also nice to end with a power boulder, so you can give, I mean, yes, it's hard because you're tired, but it's also you can give everything and you're so dead after you finished. But yeah, everything I'm getting thrown to, I'm fine with it, yeah.
Which is also the kind of mindset you want to have, is like, it doesn't matter what you put on the wall, I'm going to go rock climb it.
Climb, you know, you just have to climb, that's it, nothing more.
Wise words from Amber. Good luck out there, we're rooting for you. Thank you.
See you around.
We're always going to talk to Mika if we can. Oh yeah, every year. Good to see you. How are you doing right now? How are you feeling? You know, isolation, it's Dock Masters, it feels a bit familiar at this point.
Yeah, it's all the time I feel good when I'm in isolation in on Dock Master. Now, Dock Master is a nice camp, a big organization. The gym put a lot of, all the staff work a lot. It's crazy camp. I never see a camp like that, and it's for that all the year I come. And when I'm here in semi-final with all the strong climber, the girl and the man, it's crazy. And now for me, it's I'm free. I'm free for competition, for all, and it's a pleasure to take the part. Like, I'm not the climber want to win, just want to take a pleasure and see all the strong climber. That's good. That's good.
So it's fun for you to see the next generation of young climbers come up. And do they ever come to you for advice in isolation like this, or are people just kind of like everyone's doing their own thing?
Yeah, no, the young don't come to me for some advice. Don't come to me. Just I go talk with him. I go and say, okay, maybe you can change that, and give some advice. Just after, I think you need to build our experience, and after that, maybe he can accept maybe some tips, because sometimes it's hard to listen some other athletes, because a lot of young athletes say, okay, I know Michael Mawem compete too with me, I can talk with him. No, yeah, it's free. And for me, it's very important to share that, yeah.
Yeah, I love that perspective, because some people may be a bit shy, some people may be like unsure if you're willing to share, and it's a very, the community in climbing is very open and sharing, but people still have their own, like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to tell me anything that would make me better, but we want to see our youth, our young athletes, get better. That's the next generation we want to support.
Yeah. It's a base of sports, like sharing. Share what you have, you can share because we have just that experience, and that is very important to share that. And sometimes you don't know, just you need to reflect about climbing. You can be strong alone. Okay, maybe boulder, when you climb bouldering, you say, okay, you climb alone, no. All the time, you watch the other climber, you watch the beta, you watch the foot of the other climber, you have the movement. You climb, you need to, if you want to be strong, you need to climb together, you need to share that. And because sometimes you say, no, I take hold for me, just, you don't need that, If you want to win, share, because it's like that, yeah.
That is really, really, really wise words from a competition veteran. I love that that's your perspective on the sport. I love that you always have this approach, this attitude. You've been a bright light in competition climbing for so long. And how are you feeling about getting out of the semi into the final? Like, give us a meter, like the Mika meter, where are you at?
No, you know, I don't reflect about the final, because the first goal is to have a good moment with all the climber, all the staff, with Dogmaster, with Boulder Energiehaven. That's the first goal. The second goal is to have a good warm-up. After, go to the first boulder, second, third, four, and five. No, four. The four, and stop that. And after, I can see the result. For me, it's not important, the final. It's step by step.
I love it. One step at a time. Mika Mauam, I love every step you've been taking. Have fun tonight.
Thanks.
All right, let's steal one more. I see the pink shorts over there. The iconic pink shorts from Slava. Let's see if we can get a moment. Slava? Not a good time. Not a good time. All right, he's stretching, he's working. Let's see if anybody else over here maybe. You got to kind of catch their eye and see who's interested in doing an interview with us. No? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Want to do an interview with us? Yeah? Come on, then. All right, introduce yourself to the people at home.
Hi, I'm Paul Brands. I'm from the Netherlands.
Yes, you are. This is sort of a local comp for you. How many, I mean, similarly, we talked to Amber earlier, how many Dock Masters have you been at?
Everyone. So how many have there been? Like 5? 5 or 6? Yeah.
We'll say all of them.
6. I heard 6. Yeah. So I've been to 6, yeah.
And what is it about the Dock Masters that keeps you coming back?
Well, it's close to my home, so that's really nice. And yeah, it's always a really fun comp. A lot of strong international people are coming. And it's also a good way for me to see where I'm at, because I'm training hard, and this is the first comp with international people, so it's a good way to indicate where I'm at, yeah.
Yeah, and that's sort of why it's placed at this point in the season. It's sort of part of the training, or part maybe a tune-up type of event. After this, what's the next comp on your schedule?
The next comp is already in like 3 weeks. It's the Dutch Championship. Okay. So going there after this one.
And is the Dutch Championship, is that a chance if we're getting points to get on the national team, or has the team been set already? Where are we at in that decision process?
The team has already been set, so it's not, but for some people it's also qualifying for like international comps, but I'm already pre-qualified, so luckily I don't have to think about this.
You just get to go out and like climb hard and just have it as another competition leading up until the World Cup season?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's it for me, yeah.
And so, and this is just a general open question. What keeps you competing year after year after year? What brings you back? How do you stay motivated?
Yeah, I think it's like this kind of hunger to like keep improving yourself, because I haven't reached the final step yet. So every year I see improvement, and every year I want to get on the higher step. I want to reach that podium. I want to reach that first place. So that's what keeps me going as a competitor.
Yeah, and I think many other competitors at whatever level people are at, if you're striving to be better, there's always room. Even when you're near the top, there's room to be better. We know that people don't make a World Cup final over and over and over. You have to have a good day at the right time. And you're doing a full World Cup season this year?
Not a full. I won't do the first one. That's in China, I think. But I'll do everyone in Europe, and also probably going to Salt Lake.
Oh, nice. That's Salt Lake is a good time for sure. It's a good trip across the pond. And then what do you just sort of maybe tell the people at home a little bit about your sort of training and preparation, just at a high level? Are you like into the nutrition? Are you on a cycle? Do you have a trainer? Or are you just climb a lot?
I follow a training plan. I don't really look at my nutrition, but I've like I train with Lettuce. I'm not sure if you know it.
I do.
I've been training with them for like 6 years already. So consistently working with them, trying to improve my, me as a climber. So yeah, that's what I do. I also do some studying next to it, but that's a bit on a low level and more about sports and just working a lot on my weaknesses and stuff. Yeah.
You got to lean into the sport completely, but you still get to eat pastries and drink coffee.
Yeah, true.
Training tips from Paul Brandt. Paul, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Thank you.
And I think that's probably going to be it for us. We're going to wrap it up here. I mean, thank you to all the athletes. Good luck to them, of course. We are going to get ready now to go back up to the booth. Matt is hanging out with Greg and Anna, a couple of our route setters, and they're going to walk us through what you see back here behind me. Semi-final boulders are on the wall. Matt, you have a lot to talk about. Let's get it over to you.
Thank you so much, Pete. Well, welcome to our cozy little commentary box here. We are up above the climbing arena itself. And look, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. So who are you? Tell the world, please.
Hi, I'm Gregor. I'm one of the route setters.
And I'm Maelys, not Anna. And I'm also one of the setters.
Anna went missing en route, but it doesn't matter. We have two of our experts here. And now, guys, tell me a little bit about the route setting team here at Dockmasters, because, like, you are a stacked field of route setters. There's some quality here within the team, isn't there? Gregor just nod. I mean, quite like, you set for Yanya all the time. You set at the World Cups all the time. Like, the standard is really high for this competition.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing team, no? I'm the only non-world climbing qualified setter here.
You need to step it up, Gregor.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
That is time. Will we ever see you on the World Cup circuit?
I hope so.
Okay, that's good. All right, well, in a couple of seconds, we're going to show you guys a video of the boulders itself, and our setting team can talk through them. But let's go through the basics right now. 4 boulders for the men, 4 boulders for the women. How hard is it to set a field like this? Because you have some big international names we see on the IFSC circuit. You have some other, perhaps less well-known sort of local crushers. How do you get the level right for that?
But it's not so easy because we need to... Yes, we need to do a ranking, and there is like 2 group a bit. Like there is a big group like who can do semis in World Cup, and another who is a bit less strong. But everything is possible, so we will see.
Everything is impossible. It's impossible. It's possible, I hope, anyway. Well, I mean, we're seeing a video. So women's semi-finals, presumably you had a big hand in this. So tell us about the boulders we're seeing here.
So the first one of female is the risky one. Is only 2 movements, like risky but a bit basic. So yes, we will see. You can do a lot of tries, and it's okay boulder, I think.
Basic but brutal movement, like that. And number 2, and this is such a steep part of the wall here, isn't it, in the cave?
This is the more powerful and a bit tricky also. You need to use well your foot. There is a hard kick in the middle of the boulder after the zone. And then it's again powerful. And the last move is a bit risky because the top hold is blocked, so you can miss the top also.
Okay. It looks like there's some crack-like features in there. Moving on to boulder number 3. Hard to tell from here, but as we zoom back, we can see slightly more slabby this one, right?
It's slab, but also fingery. And so it's technical, but you need a lot of body tension. You need to keep the foot, and there is a switch. Change fit, how do you say?
Yeah, like a foot swap.
Yes.
Okay.
This. A bit hard, and so yes.
Now, a huge jug, which makes me think as a run and jump, and yes, there it is.
Yes, small coordination, but you do something with the feet and you get the zone. And then it's a bit tricky, a bit of flexibility. So yes, we will see.
Okay, well, there are the boulders
Mix of
the
style.
women will have to take on. We're going to have a look at the men's in a couple of seconds, but thank you very much for that. And Gregor, you had more of a hand in the men's set?
Oh, actually, we didn't. Yeah, we all did everything, so that's quite good.
Talk to me about boulder number 1 then here. No texture holds there.
Yeah, so sort of a coordination at the start to get into the corner. Then it's tricky to get out because of the yeah, the no-tax hold. Then again, a risky move to the top and sort of a more technical top. Yeah.
And that goes above that cave-like feature that we saw earlier on. Look at that river running right outside the gym as well. Absolutely beautiful. And then boulder number 2, starting off underneath. There's quite big stretchy moves on this one.
Yeah, this one is the physical one. Sort of maybe the start is a bit of an American style. Big moves, quite good holds, some campusing involved, and then after the zone, there's the sort of slopey, tensiony part.
And through the steepest part as well. And then boulder number 3, purple holds this time, and a slopey start on this arête-like corner feature.
Yeah, this is the physical font boulder. It's very physical, but also the body positioning is quite intense. A bit hard to read. So yeah, fun.
Yeah, and then stacked volumes in here. Root Setter's Dream of that one. And then this one, I thought this looked really fiddly at the start, but you were saying it's actually okay.
Yeah, the start is okay, but then there's like a couple of moves where you can easily fall. Sort of slabby, but also a bit fingery. Yeah, it's not your typical World Cup no-hands slab. It's more fingery. So yeah, slabby, but at the same time fingery.
And I'm loving those wooden holds as well. Okay, well, that is the set the athletes will have to face in a couple of minutes. I'd like to talk about that comp wall itself, because it's new for me, having come there. Lots of different angles, including a cave. Have you enjoyed setting on it? Or has it been challenging?
Challenging.
Right. And what
it's
way
nice
is...
because it changed. Like, it's not a classic wall, so it's also nice. But it's true that it's challenging, and we have not a lot of space, so... Yes, it's different.
Well, talking about space, and we won't ruin it too much, but in the finals, you get to strip some boulders and put some other ones back up midway through, and myself and Pete will be filling brilliantly. Why are we doing that?
Just to allow more space for the finals boulders, yeah.
Okay.
Because there are some limitations with the the wall.
So they'll be taken down, reset, and we'll get this kind of almost like a surprise boulder at the end of it.
There's two
surprise boulders.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And that cave-like feature, it's sort of like, I mean, the routes you've set on it as well, you have to turn the lip, and it seems like there's difficult moves through that lip. But it's just not something we see at sort of a World Cup level, a cave like that. Have you, I mean, did you sort of, what kind of challenges do you have setting something like that?
I mean, it's just, you have to think a bit more, maybe. It's not classic, but I quite like the fact that the wall is a bit different, because then we use the arêtes and the angle changes and stuff that I guess it's not that classic in the setting.
I've never seen a cave. I'd quite like to see a cave, maybe. And then let's talk a little bit about the athlete's ability, because at every World Cup, the first World Cup, all the setters seem to be checking and making sure the athletes are where they think they are. I guess this being an early competition, you guys have an opportunity to check out the athlete's form before a World Cup. That must be helpful.
Yes, of course, yes. I don't know what to say.
You can give them a little hint. If they're trading badly, you can say, oh, you need to step things up here. Gregor, I want to talk about you, about Janja, a little bit, because it's on your Instagram quite a lot. You've moved from World Cup competing into setting for Janja. What's that been like?
I mean, it's such a good gig, isn't it? Yeah. It's just, I get a chance to work for the best. It's nice to, maybe push her a bit and the stuff she doesn't like. And at the same time, I'm just always impressed.
It's interesting you say that, because that's something that people talk about with Janja a lot, just that sort of impressive element, that she's just, indescribable in many, many ways. Do you know, is she going to be competing in World Cup circuit next year, or is she stepping back a little bit?
Oh, I don't actually know her calendar, but I do think she's going to do some comps, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, then. Well, look, guys, I know you're going to go downstairs, check out the boulders, make sure they all work. We've got our fingers crossed as well. Thank you for all your hard work, as usual, and I can't wait to see the climbers on the wall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. Okay, well, these guys are going to leave us, and we're going to have a look at the wall itself, and Pete will come and join me in a couple of minutes. And we are seconds away from getting starting here, as we have one last look at our sponsors who are here, making sure this comp runs and is possible. So thank you very much, guys. So we've got 20 athletes making it through to this stage from qualifying earlier on. They are aiming for just six final places tomorrow evening. And a man who's been wandering around this wall for a while, I've got Pete in the commentary box. So Pete, ISO, what was it like in there? But tell me the secrets off camera here.
There's almost no secret. Most of the secrets are you look them in the eye and they look at you and they go, no, I don't want to talk to you right now.
With fear.
With a little bit of fear. Climbers it's a solitary sport, so climbers like to have their warm-up patterns. They like to be in their space. You see a lot of headphones, you see a lot of hoodies. I mean, every now and then you see someone reading in the corner. So it's lovely that we get to go in there at Dock Masters because it's sort of something we don't get to do on the World Cup circuit at all. But also, it always feels a bit intrusive. Some of the big personalities are happy to talk to us. Of course, Mika, always happy to talk to us, and sort of talking about not just isolation and not just the tee-up for this comp, climbing in general and what's going on. So it's a good mix back there. Some of them look really prepared. Some of them obviously look a little bit nervous, as maybe you would be, especially if this was your first big semi-final.
Yeah.
You know you're up against some big guns. You know the boulders are going to be the hardest boulders maybe you've climbed in your career to this point. We know semi-finals are crazy hard.
It's often the hardest round, isn't it? And by the way, if we're picking our nose or something as the camera flicks to us, because we have no idea when it's going to come. So this is great. If the director really doesn't like us,
Sell us out a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we'll be up.
Now, Pete, I talked about you doing this comp for the last couple of years. Have you seen a bit of an evolution in this competition since you started doing it?
I think that there's been maybe a bit of an oscillation in that when the timing is right, you get a deeper field from the World Cup climbers, and when the timing's a little bit different because everyone is at a different stage, or maybe some climbers have made it onto a national team now, and their training program is like, no, you shouldn't be doing Dock Masters. So I think you get a little bit of that push and pull, and I think the constant is that you get local climbers get to compete against World Cup veterans or World Cup rookies even, and you get to have that play where you see this is where the bar is and how close am I to the bar and how hard is it to get through that bar.
And of course, you can come down here and try the boulder problems the athletes will be on. You can try their quali problems as well. And, you know, when we look at this list of names that we're looking at here, there are some big athletes coming to this, including the French team. Team France just sent everyone, didn't they?
Maybe they were just like, this is the time, let's go. And we have last year's champion, Artur Rebolo is here, and I tried to find him in there because he's usually pretty high energy, but I couldn't catch his eye.
He was hiding.
Yeah, I was chatting with him last night at the hotel a bit, and he said, you know, he's overall, like, he spent almost 2 months training in Japan, and just saying that walking into a gym in Japan, you're faced with boulders that are harder than any World Cup boulder he's ever done. So you want to do a black boulder at B-Pump, you may be climbing V14. So just climbing in the gym makes you a better climber.
Sounds like a warm-up to me, but I know what you mean. And there's lots of athletes going to Japan at the moment as well. Everyone is in the build-up to the World Cup season, of course, the PCL as well. That's kicking off. This feels, Pete, and I'm going to claim this because we're doing it, this feels like the beginning of the 2026 season, doesn't it, in a way?
It
like
does very much so. Yeah, I think you can kind of put the stamp on it. I'm like, this is the start of the 2026 comp season. And you mentioned the PCL, and that is also drawing in some very big names, and it is just an invitation only. So it's a short field. You don't qualify. You just have to be good enough to have been invited.
Yeah, Charlie and Dan kicking that off in February, so very, very soon now.
Yeah, in London.
In London, exactly. All right, well, that's pretty much a lot of the chat that we're going to be doing today. We are going to show you some climbing in a couple of seconds, I promise. And in fact, we've got some videos coming up, I think we're going to show you as well.
Yeah, and we're going to get a look at what it's like down in the gym. They filled the space. People are ready. They're ready to rock. DJ is ready, the MCs are ready, the climbers are ready. I hope you guys are ready. Let's see what it's like out in the gym.
Okay, well, the music is done for now. Our MCs are on, so let's
Dock Masters 2026!
Als ik zeg Dock, zeggen jullie Masters. Dock! Dock!
Als ik zeg Dock, zeggen jullie Masters. Dock!
Masters!
Dock!
Als ik zeg Dock, zeggen jullie Masters. Dock! Dock!
Ja. Zitten jullie een beetje lekker? Zitten jullie een beetje goed? Hoe zitten jullie achterin? Zit dat lekker daar? Shout-out achterin, kan ik wat terug horen? Hoe zitten jullie hier voorin? Zitten jullie lekker? Ja, een beetje lekker. Hoe zit het met het juichen? Kunnen jullie harder juichen dan zij? Kom eens op, 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 kom eens op. Ja, kom eens op, 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 kom eens op. En nou allemaal.
Volgens mij kunnen we gaan aftellen. 10,
9,
8,
7, 6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
let's go!
Wow, what a build-up, Pete, to this competition. Our first few athletes come out. They were looking nervous during that one.
They were. It's not often you got a camera 8 inches from your nose before you're about to start your semi-final boulders. But we have Clara, Petersen, and Edvards Gruzitis coming out to, get us underway. It's unnerving to be the first climber out in a crowd like this.
It is indeed, but Edvards has World Cup experience. He's got OQS experience to his name, so he will be dealing with the pressure. Clara, meanwhile, immediately runs straight into her boulder and gets stuck in, Pete. Sticking that left toe was important.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, route setting is so devious in some ways, and that you know the athletes are nervous coming out. And a toe catch like that on the first boulder from ISO, your heart thumping, you have to actually be precise and a little bit calm, but yet it's also a powerful boulder. I love seeing boulders like this out of the gate because it messes with your mind a bit.
100% Edvards as well. He's having his mind messed with as he launches into the corner, but feet on no text makes that slippy. And there's less than 4 minutes on the clock now, Pete, and we're not doing the follow-on time in this semi-final, but for finals we're seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is when the clock hits 0. If you are, it doesn't matter if you have one hand on the finish hold. If you're not done the boulder, you do not get that top. And then if you're not super familiar with a lot of, here we go as he sticks that opening move, gaining the zone.
Yeah, and we are using the zone and top scoring system, which is going to confuse the life out of me. So if I do anything wrong here, just nudge me, Pete. But he's got zone at the moment.
He does. And we'll give you a little bit of breathing room. We'll tell you how the scoring works as we go. But they climb all the boulders in order. So they climb for their time, and then they sit, and then they climb the next one. So the rest doesn't get long enough by the time you've done 3 boulders. The rest recovery period, if you've worked quite hard, if you're not flashing boulders, sometimes you just can't shake that pump off, and the boulder doesn't be that hard at the end of the round for you to just be too gassed to do it.
That's very true. Edvards launches again into the corner, can't make the next move. Neither can Clara here. So slow start for both climbers, or Edvards is on the books with the score. We will let you know about the score as it goes, but no need to worry right now at the beginning of this semi-final.
And remember that they do come out in reverse order for how they qualified. So not that the 20th qualifying climbers don't deserve to be in a semi-final, but generally they qualify in the order of how sort of talented and experienced they are. So we expect a lot of struggle bus action through the first half of the field, and then we expect to see boulders starting to get topped in the middle, and then we don't like to assume, but we often see the most tops in the latter, maybe third or quarter of the field.
We don't like to assume, but Lily Agrapart is at top for the women and Guillermo for the men. So yes, some big names out there coming last in our competition.
There we go.
Yeah, Clara with the zone now. Took her a few attempts to get there, but she is on the board and looks like she's struggling with this bunched up move again. It's kind of, she got very stuck on her own feet there. Quite a tall climber, maybe just couldn't fit in the box properly.
I'm really loving this opening move. I love that we get to see it, potentially 100 more times. That the no text, these clear holds, as I'm sure you talked with Gregor about, they have no texture at all. And the climbers are starting to get used to these. Maybe the 3rd season we've seen them appear in comps.
Yeah, and this next move is really tricky for Gregor. I mean, ideally you'd want to cross the right hand through, but then you're just going to barn door off. So he's choosing to bump this left hand into the sort of side pull up in the middle of the wall. And it's proving tricky. And of course, it seems like quite a low percentage boulder anyway. He's only had a go at that move twice.
Back up on the start, Clara gets that toe in. There we go. This looks a little bit better, a little bit higher up in that foot placement, but that any type of move where you've got to deal with slopers dynamically moving, you've got to be so precise to make that work.
Yeah, and a left knee sort of pushing her off. Right, less than a minute now. Edvards is looking better on this first move. Seems to have got the range. I do wonder if he's gone for the whole no chalk on the hands for the first bit of this boulder because it's no text, but he hasn't got a chalk bag with him.
No, so that makes it tricky for the end of the boulder for sure. I think we've seen climbers at comps like moistening their hands before no-text boulders because you get that sort of humidity stick. But I mean, essentially, it just makes your feet insecure.
And you get an idea with that shot why it's tricky. He's kind of blind, that left hand, as you pop out. All right, 21 seconds then. Edvards will maybe have another go. I can't see him on my screen. Clara is going. There he is now, up at the top. Let's have another look at this blind launch with the left hand. He's only got 9 seconds. He'll have to throw himself at this final.
Yeah. And it's an interesting strategy. You're going to see it play out in a bunch of different ways. Knowing how many boulders you have to do, you have to judge how tired you are, and then you have to judge sort of the risk value. If you're not going to get to the top and you've already got the zone, why are you trying the boulder another time? Only Edvards can answer that question, and maybe his coach.
Exactly. Right, our next two are waiting in the wings. Lynn Robichon and Abel Mensink. And Abel, I've been sent quite a few messages about this young man. One to watch. A lot of people at his home gym are very happy he's got to this stage. Let's see if he can put it down now.
5 minutes comes up. For a little while, we only see climbers on the first boulder, and then we see climbers on boulders 1 and 2, and then slowly we get into the chaos. If you're familiar with watching competition climbing, the middle of a semifinal, there's so many things going on. There's climbers on every boulder. There's going to be tops galore.
It's going to get hectic.
Theoretically, it's going to get hectic. We're going to try and, steer you through it. Guide you with our combined experience in trying to guide. Lynn gets the toe hook to stick.
Yeah, you got to remove it though, haven't you? Struggling with this at the moment. She's got to flick and go into the zone and can't do it. Didn't know if you saw Abel then launch with his foot first into this corner, which is a heck of a risky way to do this. And he's changed his mind now, yeah. He was launching towards that jib with his foot.
And it just sort of makes me cringe a little bit inside. Like when you miss that, it's not a good time. And I mean, Matt, they're seeing these boulders for the first time when they turn around, either from isolation or from their chair. 5 minutes is not very long to read a boulder, work out an A strategy and maybe a B strategy, and then climb the boulder. I mean, it's one of the more interesting parts of semifinals is the on-site format and just seeing how the climbers deal with it.
Yeah, they'll have an idea of the kind of boulders perhaps that might be set because this comp wall is so unique. We chatted about this when you weren't in the box, the fact there's a cave in there, there's steep angles, there's a real slabby section. But of course, it's up to the setters to play this cat and mouse game and trick him just a little bit.
Yeah, we like to talk about it's not like the route setters versus the climbers. The setters have put up challenging boulders. They want to see the moves get done because they're trying to give us a show. They're trying to put the athletes' talents on display, but also they're trying to steal tries from them. They're trying to steal energy, make them second-guess themselves. So we have these elements. I'm sure they talked about it with you. Sometimes you have risky elements. Sometimes you have powerful elements. So can you make them tired? Oh, there we go. Abel does get that first move to stick. Can he try and fish that foot in behind him?
Yeah, not only have you got to be flexible enough to bring that foot up, you are sliding around the whole time in the no text. So tricky stuff there. I'm just looking out the window, Pete, at our crowd. There's a big old crowd in here. It's great to see.
Yeah, they sell out the Dock Masters. They sell out the semi. I think they sold out probably, a week ago at least. And they'll sell out the final two. And a lot of those climbers climbed in the Citizens round this afternoon. So Dock Masters has the open qualifiers are in the morning, but they're on the same boulders. So when you come in just as a recreational climber, if you want, you can climb the same qualifiers that these semifinalists climbed on, and you can test your mettle, as it were.
I had to think about it today, Pete. I did think about it. And then I watched the standard of, how did you describe civilian climbing?
Civilian
climbing. I watched the civilian climbers and thought, you know what, I'm just going to back off this one. I'm going to walk away.
Maybe I'll just go and train upstairs for a little bit.
Hide by the kilter board.
Exactly. 2 minutes now to go. Abel and Lynn, you got to work it out. You got to expect that boulders of this difficulty are going to make you fall. And there's a little bit of resilience. Abel gets back up in there.
Yeah, he's up into the corner now. By the way, I'm having a little look on the YouTube chat. I can see your chat, guys. So if you've got any questions for me or Pete, do get them coming in, and I'll occasionally keep an eye on that one. Yeah, minute 30. Neither athlete making that much progress yet, Pete. Something might have to change on this one.
And it's one of the hardest things to do. And I remember Sean McCall, the legendary Canadian climber, talking about semifinals. And knowing when to sit down is maybe one of the hardest things, because you feel like you have to climb to the buzzer and you have your coach's voice in your ear and maybe your own voice in your ear saying, but maybe you could do it on your next try. And then your coach's voice saying, but what does that cost you? What did you risk by doing that? And Sean was a big proponent of if you get the zone and you're miles away from the top, then just brush the start holes for the next climber, sit your butt down, and start thinking about the next one. So you give yourself time to move through it. But it's really, really hard to decide. And see, Lynn here has the hands, but isn't getting that foot down, which is a critical part of making that move stick. Yeah, get all four limbs.
Yeah, not enough time really to figure this out now. They're going to have to motor. Just to point out, the coaches aren't going to be coaching during this one, right? So when we say voices, we mean literally in their heads, okay? Which the coaches will probably be there. Right, 30 seconds, not a lot of time here as Abel tries to get that right foot. He's been wanting to bring it up for the last couple of minutes, but can't quite get it there. See the idea.
He's got it on the outside edge, so that's not where the hold. That's not the best part of the worst hold on the wall.
No, and he sort of fell there as he went, didn't he, as well? So 6 seconds, that will be enough. Not enough for the zone for him as well. Okay, next to Fedir on the right-hand side of your screen, Perrine on the left. Oh, sorry, Anya. Anya. Where did I get Perrine? Oh, she's the next lady. No,
It's okay.
I'm a step ahead.
We got a lot. You're one step ahead. You're already on the next boulder.
I'm building my way into this, so give me a break.
But we are going to get to see our first look at boulder number 2 now. And this is just how it's going to work.
Right, but yes, boulder number 2 in action. First time we get to see this one. Our cameras will keep up with the action, of course, and we will try to as well. But going into the cave now, I can't wait to see this feature.
No, it's so... I was under there looking at the holds. They're not... Maybe this surprises you. Maybe it doesn't surprise you at home. They're not very good, those holds on the men's boulder or the women.
No, they're horrible. And there's such a... That start he's pulling onto now, very, very reachy. You're pretty stretched out underneath there.
And the first thing going to make you do is, my shoulders. That's really well executed there by Edvards.
Oh, look at that.
Look
One
at
arm.
that.
That's so cool to see.
Just showing that he's got power ready if you give him a chance to display it.
Absolutely crushing it at the moment. Can he get the top, though? He's got the zone. That's the top there, just coming into your shot.
No footholds to speak of on the right side. Kind of an open book movement here.
Yeah, so body tensiony, isn't it? Right, here comes the pop. Not quite. Close as you can come. Now, to explain this, everyone, you can't just touch that final hold. You've got to have 2 hands on it and control it as well. That's what the judges will be looking for.
And control used to be this general idea of 3 seconds, got thrown around for years. It never really was. You just have to show that even if you're swinging, you can control the swing back the other way. Most athletes tend to do things like a little pull-up. Some athletes do things that stress out their peers by grabbing it with one hand and a little fist bump, and then another hand and a fist bump. That's not control.
Stresses me up here. Yeah. I like it, and I like to see it. Just get that boulder done and celebrate away.
Exactly. So we'll probably see a little bit of that tonight, or at least tomorrow. We see somebody go one hand, left hand, right hand, and then finally put both hands on at the same time. I have seen climbers forget to match the final hold and not get credit for it. It's rare, but it happens.
Right, fingers crossed, none of that then. Right, to try to keep updated here, Clara is in the background on the green boulder. We're watching Edvards again at the top. I think this is a replay. It is a replay. So let's see how close he came. Had a hand on it, bit high actually. It's so body tensiony, that move.
And it's tough to sort of see the angles of a climbing wall on your flat screen, but it's quite open book. So his right foot smearing against the wall. It's giving him a little bit back, but it's insecure at best.
100%. Insecure at best is a good way to describe it there. Right, 2.5 minutes left, so half the time gone for our athletes. Everyone's standing looking just a little bit confused right now.
That's maybe one of my favorite shots of a semifinal, is that lots of athletes hands on hips. It's that combination of reset. You have to rest, so you need to stand around, but sometimes you're just at a bit of a good catch from Anya. Can she put this next move together?
Yeah, flecking a catch for her right towards the slope, and now that's more progress. Mark on YouTube is asking whether these boulders get to stay up for the public afterwards. Yes, not all of them, but most of them is what I've been told. Edvards, look at that reversal there, so cool.
Still has the power.
Yeah, and I didn't read that little 360 spin, I'll be honest, when I saw it.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought it was just a jump up.
Just a jump.
That looks pretty hard, but hey. Body tension now. Try not to barn door off to the right, smearing that right foot on the wall. There is the final hold. Upgrades the foot again.
Oh my goodness. You could see the insecurity, the indecision. Elected not to put the left foot on, which maybe he thought opened him up too much.
He's super tall in Edvards. I just wonder if it's pushing him away from the wall getting like that. Because you could see him sort of just trying to force himself into a small box. And Fedir in the background is struggling with his first move as well.
There's a balance here. If you don't jump quite high enough, you can't get your elbows over. If you jump too high, then you're just carrying too much momentum. You can't control it. It's like a bit of a 3 bears problem too hot, too cold, just right.
And very, very shouldery as well for the athletes coming out onto the mats. Fede looks frustrated, and he should do. 50 seconds on the clock, hasn't made progress yet. That was a bit better.
That left hand, you see her just immediately skate out. It does look like Anya's going to go one more. Clara kind of having trouble getting out of this opening roof section.
That heel, her left heel, it's a very thin line of texture in there, and it means your heel sort of can roll off it easily, which I think is what's happening to her.
Yeah, and there is on the underside, I'm not sure if you talked about that with the setters, on the underside of the big green hole, there is a crimp under there. Again, it's not that good, but they're not sort of palming the underside, so there is a little screw on the back of that, but as you say, that heel rail, I mean, what is it, an inch? Not even an inch wide?
Yeah, very thin, isn't it? Very, very thin. Right, everyone leaves but Fede, who's been throwing herself into this corner. It's not going to happen. Oh, it almost did there.
Almost did, and sometimes that comes from frustration, right? You have a little moment where you're sort of mad at the world, and you're like, I'll just try this 10 more times in the last 10 seconds.
Exactly right. There is Perrine this time, as I called her earlier. She comes onto the stage, and then Tyne
Exalto.
What a name. Yeah. Cracking name, that.
Yeah, young kids. They seem, I mean, I know I feel old now in a climbing gym, but the youth, the strong youth climbers, just, it feels like 16, 17 is, climbers are approaching top level efforts.
You've got to be, I think, if you want to compete at the highest level here, which is just, I mean, it just shows something about our sport. Getting younger and younger. All right, but Tyne is on the right-hand side of your screen. Perrine runs into the start of her competition, and then Lynn is in the background, and Abel is back in action.
Considering, you see him spacing this opening move out. Just trying to get into that. And if you're not super familiar, you have to have one limb on every piece of tape. So there'll be 4 pieces of tape. Sometimes there's 2 on a hold. Sometimes there's 3 on a hold. We have seen starts of boulders with 4 pieces of tape on one hold. You have to have at least one limb on every piece of tape in order to establish the start of the boulder. You can't use the ground. You do see dynamic starts, like boulder number 1 for the ladies, where you have to run up and get established. And you can't sort of tap and go.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we're going to see that today or tomorrow, but you will occasionally see a boulder where you need to let the world know you've touched the starting hole, but you have to at least show a bit of control, and that toe hook on the men's boulder is tenuous that some of the shorter climbers I think will probably have to jump into.
Yeah, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see for that one. And our judges, by the way, as we see some progress, are the ones in the blue jackets with judge written on the back of them. So you can spot them if you're eagle-eyed. There's a gentleman down there. I can see him because he's got an iPad and a hat.
Yes, he does. So we do have live scoring, the MKBV that so when we say live, we almost live. So just after a climber will finish a boulder, their attempts will come up. There is an online link that will come up in the right-hand corner of your screen. Go to that, and you can follow along and see how your favorite climbers are doing. Maybe, I'm not sure if we're betting on climbing, but if you want to place your bets.
Oh, goodness me. I'm going to circle the person I think is going to win. How about that? Here we go. So I am going to I'm going to go a little bit left field. I'm going to circle her, and I'm going to go him. Okay.
I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We've had a similar idea.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
You can't hear this at home, but right now out on the mats, we've got a foot up, which is good to see, and a zone there.
And the crowd lets them know that they haven't seen much of that yet.
Yeah, Tyne is in a corner. And he's interestingly brought that right foot way back on the start hold instead of trying to bunch it up at the beginning.
Can he get enough push off the wall? Look at that left foot is what you want to be watching.
I think he's got to bring that right foot in, at some point, and it might actually make it trickier to bump it in rather than press in. So we'll have to see if that method works for him.
Yeah, it comes down to sort of bendy versus strong, or risk versus no risk, as it were.
There's Omar down at the bottom left of his screen, filming for Doc Masters. If you know him from Bouldering Bobat, you must know Bouldering Bobat. Not you, not you. I'm saying to the people, the peeps. That roof, you can see how steep it is from that angle. Really comes out from underneath in the depths of the wall. Tyne is doing well there with that.
Yeah, he's coming in, sort of landing arms almost straight. So he's above the holds. He doesn't have to press out and turn the bottom half or the top half of a muscle up or a press up.
Makes my shoulders hurt watching it, Pete.
And my elbows.
Yeah, you got
my elbows. I got bad elbows. Yeah. That's why I don't compete anymore.
There we go.
I would be out on the mats.
I knew there was a reason.
Yeah,
I knew it.
That's the only real reason.
Well, no tops so far, but it's early days in our competition. Just 4 athletes have climbed so far. We've got 20 in total here in our semi-final. It's going to be a late night if you're watching us. It's coming up to 8:20 here in Utrecht. So, and the competition is scheduled to finish around about 10:30 tonight. So thank you for sticking with us.
Watching it through to the end. Maybe that's, you know, over time you start to realize that's why the top athletes come out at the end, because we want to keep you watching. This is the teaser.
Smart, isn't it?
Yeah,
Never thought of that.
It's clever.
Yeah.
About a minute left now, and Tyne making progress.
Yeah, he brought that right foot in earlier. That's smart. And on the cave as well. So he's smearing the feet. Abel, in the last 40 seconds, is 2 holds away. One, no, that's a nasty fall.
And they both just a little bit too explosive for the size of the holds they were going to.
So the men might be done with that. 30 seconds, not really enough time. Let's see a replay of it. So watch this fall as well. He just sort of dropped into space. Straight Tetris fall.
You see him fighting for position, and then
that's the drop.
Disappeared out of your screen.
There are MCs working hard at the front. Our crowd screaming on. I mean, 10 seconds, Tiny's going again.
Perrine sort of going for the zone. You can understand going, you know, try to get to the zone with 10 seconds on the clock. Tyne is, I mean,
not a bad attempt.
Not a bad attempt.
The clock was against him, and it does buzz out now. Our next two wait. Who we got here? Mara is there's a BB.
BB and Brick.
I'm like one climber consistently behind us. Terrible. I'm gonna put a little line on my piece of paper.
Like, where are you at?
I don't know, Pete. I haven't got a clue. And then for the men, we've got Arthur, as you said. Who's leading the way, Pete?
Brick.
Brick is leading the way.
And he's, I love seeing the comp shirt in the comp.
Yes.
It's relatively rare.
I like
There's lots of, yeah, they're good.
Do we ever? Have you got your leaderboard up, or is it not?
No, not yet. This
okay.
is just I got a running order up, and it just came and went on the top of the screen.
Okay, so we're building up to it.
Yeah, we'll point it out to get into the scoring. Right now, there's a lot of ties, as we expect, running through it. But we are looking over on the left side of your screen. You're starting to see boulder number 3 now from Clara and Edvards. They're very close to each other at the start of this.
Yeah, they are. They're squeezing into that position there. It's what the setters were talking about, you know, space. Although it is a cool wall, there is limited space here, and you can see the. Yeah,
this is a rebuilt portion of the wall to create this angle here, sort of almost slab, and it. Was she using the feature? She just barely.
This is
Climbers will find anything.
That's true. Thumbs, tiny little holds, and also it gets a bit more slabby over there. So Clara has this sort of second to take the power out of her arms for a moment, just breathe a little bit. Brick, meanwhile, on the bottom right of your screen, he's beginning this awkward jump into the corner, very high left hand.
Yeah, so he sort of skipped that idea and thought, you know, that opposition maybe is he reading that as a better position. It's a pretty good look at the angle for the ladies, and then the position-dependent boulder here. Very, I mean, it feels like men's number 3, if you get it just a little bit wrong, you're not going to be able to pull on those holds. They all seem very, very specifically directional.
100%. We watch there Clara touch the zone, move through the zone, so there'll be points on the board for her, but the right hand she's going to next is tricky. And that's Fedir launching through the cave here.
Climbers may be happy to have something to grab after boulder number 1. They're just like, oh, I can lock my fingers behind something. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, there's a hold on this wall.
Just trying to get the feet to work. It's a long time to be swinging around on your arms only.
All right, Bibi will brush her hold back to Clara. Oh, that's all it takes, isn't it? Tiny little bobble and you're gone off.
We both just sat up and leaned back at exactly the same time. You know that feeling where you think you're moving and then the thumb lets go. Here we have Brick getting into the position. Can he get that left foot over? This is looking as good as anyone to this point. No.
Oh, very close, eh?
Didn't use the left toe at all.
We've got some pros watching us, by the way, Pete. Nika Potapova is watching.
Okay.
She used to compete at this comp back in the day. I remember her coming. She's just sent me a message saying she's enjoyed the competition.
Excellent.
I think there's a few athletes maybe checking out the route setting here.
Yeah,
this is basically a World Cup route setting team. Look at this, very close to the top of boulder number 2. Not quite.
That foot just could not quite get it to stick. Yeah, you'd be interested observer if you were teeing up for your season and you just think, what's everyone else doing over there in Utrecht right now? Who's climbing hard? And as you say, it's essentially, it's World Cup level boulders, or World Cup difficulty and trickiness.
With a bit more of a Joker element in terms of like the setters doing what they want. Look at this from Brick though.
It does make it stick.
Right, 2 moves away. He's got a thin crimp and then this bump into the top hole. That's the side pull, and then let's see how he can do this. Little reversal of the hands. Eyes up the fire. He might go for a press. No, thumb in at the moment. Crowd is cheering someone else. We'll stick with Brick. The foot goes.
Oh, you could see he was trying not to shift his feet around too much in that insecure position. Oh, Matt, those ones sting.
Yeah, that was close, and the crowd were cheering someone else at the same time. Let's see it.
Oh,
this
here
is
it is.
why. Clara on the top. Did she do it though? We're looking for the match. We're looking for control. Yes, that is.
She did. The nod and the smile there tell you everything about sending a boulder with under a minute left.
Yeah, the crowd waking up here. Let's see a replay of that final move. We just watched it live.
Watch the feet.
It's the right one. Look at it slide. He's going to get close again though.
30 seconds, lots of time. Forever on the clock when you're on the last move. Just has to get it right. Is he going to leave the left foot on this time?
I think so. He doesn't want to stand on that right foot, but it's just so awkward with that left, because the left, there isn't any friction on it. You can see why he wants the right in. He's going again.
It looked like he was going again.
Why not?
Edvards now getting just uncomfortable up there.
Yeah. They're all scrunched up underneath those blue volumes. Everyone, I think, is going to leave. One last climber on the wall.
Anya. Zone, but that's enough. That would be, that boulder's intimidating. The two kind of crack features. We haven't seen anyone really get up near it yet, but that's going to be some precise climbing later.
Yes, it is. Right, Mara gives a wave. Cheeky little wink there from Arthur. I like
that.
He's planned.
He knows.
He
Yeah.
knew he was gonna
He's
do
been
that.
thinking about that since last year.
Yeah, what shall I do? The wink.
Yeah, and I'll do the wink and the nod.
I couldn't pull off a wink.
Yeah, that's last year's champion, is Artur.
Qualified a little bit down the lower, down the order though, didn't he? So some work to do in semi-finals for our defending champ.
Yeah, and it can be, maybe it takes a bit of the pressure off to not be at the top of the semifinals, but maybe somewhere in the back of your mind, you're like, I really should have sent at least one more qualifying boulder. And I did sort of wandered around and looked. I caught a couple of the climbers. I talked to Slava a little bit, and there was sort of a really insecure slab that quite a few of them didn't do. So out of only 6 qualifying boulders this morning, not doing one would knock you pretty far down the field.
Yeah, it was hard during qualies, and a lot of the audience who were competing in that have stayed. There was food on offer here, drinks, of course, behind the bar. It's been a fun place. Right, quickly into this position for our champ, or defending champ.
Not sort of electing to ignore the jib underneath. Sizing up the jump.
Pinch strength, really good pinch strength, that thumb on that move. But the top is no gimme here, so he's going to have to focus. He's looking to try to create that weight underneath that left foot so he can stand on it. He's looking good.
Crossed. I love that.
Well, this is why he's the defending champion. He gets a flash, I think, or very close to with that boulder.
Love that.
Arthur is done. That is a bit of a statement to everyone else watching here.
Clean, and that's what, for us, you get this interesting kind of timing through the semifinal list, is that he might do all the boulders, then we might get 3 or 4 climbers in a row that don't do those boulders. So the crowd has to know that just because they start to get done by someone lower in the field doesn't mean it's going to be a send-a-thon from here on out. You're dealing with someone who's, French national team level, World Cup, approaching World Cup level, who's a little bit inspired, I think, and that was a good moment. I loved the cross.
The cross was good. We saw it just with one hand from the camera shot, and I was amazed that we saw the right hand come through. Good work from him. Lots of cool comments coming from YouTube, by the way. Do keep them coming. Keep them nice and polite, but it's lovely to hear from you all, and especially those cheering on your favourite athletes. They will be able to see the chat afterwards, so they will have a little look. Now, we haven't looked too much at the left-hand side of the wall here, but is that Lynn?
That's Lynn. I think the first zone we've seen. Yeah. Other than we didn't quite see it, but Clara did top the boulder off camera.
And a big bump up towards those final 2 holds. I think athletes stuck in 2 minds. You do it as a cordo, do you do it kind of one hand and then go outright? There's a few options, I think, available. Look at the left of your screen here. Nailed that and hit the palm.
Just, maybe rushed it. Maybe rushed it a little bit. Maybe felt pretty good. Sometimes on that slab transition, again, you go from you're so insecure, you finally wrap your fingers around something, you think, I'll just jump. I'm grabbing a hold for the first time in this entire boulder. I'm happy about it. And one of my favorite things about sort of getting inside or trying to get inside the athlete's mindset is watching them either change their mind or not change their mind. And say, oh, did you make a mistake or did you just not try hard enough, and what are you going to do on subsequent tries? And I'll be curious to see if maybe if Lynn slows it down or if she just thought, oh no, I'm super capable.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything different. I just need to not miss the hand this time.
Oh, she's had that thinking time. She's back on them all. There's 1 minute 30 seconds left here. As Mara, gets into the zone nicely this time. Good snap into that. Now, what's she going to do? She went up with the just one hand the time before. Goes for the double, but slides down. I think the problem is you're going to have to generate so much drive off that, sort of sliding down two hands on it.
Yeah, I can't picture sticking that and then moving off of it. I could maybe picture stalling, but trying to regenerate, super hard. But then the idea of the coordination is intimidating to some, so you just sort of, you grab the closest hold and move on.
Yeah. And Abel is on men's 3, which is proving to be pretty awkward. There's chalk starting to come on those blue volumes. It's super slopey up here for him.
But just under a minute now, so getting down to maybe last attempts on the powerful boulders. So Abel having a bit of a think.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, just looking at the top of that. Mara runs into position.
Catch and recover.
Let's see, she's twice gone now for this big move. She's going to go for a third time, and again, no real progress yet on that one. I guess you're looking to drop into the foot, which he hasn't got yet.
Mm-hmm. You think maybe if you can stabilize, maybe she's thinking she can get a foot on, but she's going to walk away, yeah. As is Tyne is going to walk away, and we just have Lynn, who cannot get back up, and that, those sting, Matt, and you've got to shake that off in 5 minutes before your last boulder. You can't carry that, but I was right there and didn't do it. You cannot carry that into the next boulder.
It's tough. Well, Tessa waits, looking a tiny bit nervous, but all smiles on the right-hand side is Per Kasper'n.
I love a wave to the camera. It's a fun part of this, Dock Masters especially, is that we do have that moment to showcase every climber. We can't show you everybody on every attempt on every boulder, so this is their moment to be out in front of the public.
And the lights have come on to the left-hand side of our comp pool as well, so that means our final boulder, and it's a slab for both the men and women, but the women's more sort of cordo-style-y. The men's is a very interesting one here. These
love these holds, my goodness.
Gorgeous, aren't they? And this is the cave right now.
Getting pretty clean here.
Just one arm lock off on that crimp. And needs to be a little bit quicker, I think. He was trying to figure out the moves on the wall, burnt out as you'd expect if you're hanging off just one arm there on a crimp. Check out the cordo on the left-hand side. She runs over, getting closer.
You see Per getting into position as well.
He took a chalk bag with him, so you'd imagine he'd start with those slightly damp fingers to start with, and then you chalk up.
And then if you don't do the boulder, the cycle has to repeat.
All right, so he looks around the corner, tries to spot the good bit of this. You've got to get yourself and just pop with the left hand. Foot slips before you can engage with it.
It's okay, that's okay. That's just one try. Time to come back. See Anya making progress.
She's doing well in the background here.
Clara making it happen. Good stuff.
Yeah, quick one from Clara with plenty of time left over. She'll have a long rest now before her next boulder.
That's her last boulder, in fact.
It's the last one. So
that's a very long rest.
That's a good one to like finish on a high like that.
Yeah,
she's done well here.
And Per quickly back up there, getting a bit of progress. Kim Fedier getting the wrap.
There's not much to be had here for that right hand. The left hand's just on a slope, but nothingness basically as he wraps the left hand underneath.
That's when you start to get that creative, there's an element of desperation behind it.
Let's see the top here. So she was stretching, latched it, brought that right hand in a nice match at the top. I think boulder number 4 is pretty doable. When I was looking at them, that was the one I was like, okay, out of this set. Oh, hang on, look at this, going backwards there for Per. What is he attempting?
What's he going to do? Is he going to maybe go all the way around?
I think so. I think he did wanted to kind of do one of those new school turns and plant the foot on the blue volume. Not sure. You're a bit squished with no feet. We'll see.
That's one of those moments where the old adage of when in doubt, face out. You know, have you tried everything? Well, have you tried facing out? You sometimes see climbers, they stand in front of the bowl and they kind of half turn around and they're like, No. It's definitely not facing out.
I've heard when in doubt, boot it out in football. I've never heard when in doubt, face out.
Yeah, that's what we say. When in doubt, just because, you know, everyone's had that moment where they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I was supposed to be facing backwards for this boulder.
Right. I'm going to try it on the next crimp problem.
Yeah.
I just turn around.
Just turn around and see what happens.
Look at the forest.
Yeah.
It's so tricky, this women's boulder. That thin line of friction we talked about before, you can just see it with the white on it. Very little area to stand on for the feet here.
Fedier up now, back into the business.
Got to be quick, I think, through the bottom. It's very powerful. And he's choosing this time not to use that side pull guppy crimp thing. And this could be a top on the slab as well. All go.
A bit shaky in the feet.
Yeah, Anya is close, but that was nearly gone. Got Houdini swap. Fedier goes. We'll stick with Anya, though. Makes the match.
Oh, my goodness. That foot swap just looks like it takes so much effort.
I think she used up some of her luck there on that little save she managed to make. I think if she cleans it up, but she'll have to quickly, just a minute on the clock now, but I think she might get it. Edvards getting to grips with this. That hold is very interesting. It's kind of side pulley, but you've got to be in the right place to use it like a side pull.
That's like a complete cutout underneath. It's flat on the inside. I love that those holds, they all look similar, but every single one has a different feature. You need to change how you grab it every single time. 45 seconds to go. We are going to see Pear's going to go one more. Tessa is brushing, but it's hard to tell if people brush for the next climber or not. Brick swinging around in the cave, but not really getting anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, Per changed his mind with this. This 360 move didn't work. Well, that's not going to work either, and he might be done with that. No, he's going to go again.
I guess maybe they're under-reading how hard the end of the boulder is. Oh, it's only one more move to the top, but quite a move. It's very similar positions from Anya and Edvards.
And they've only got 10 seconds on the clock now. Anya will have to fly if she's going to do this in time. 4 seconds. The buzzer starts to go. She's close. Put the foot up very high as she attempted that one. Okay, now a legend is on. Our world champion from Bern is out and about. Mikael Mawam on the mats, although he's retired from IFSC stuffs. He's still doing this kind of stuff, so it's good to see him here.
So much energy around the sport every time.
I saw in your interview.
Yeah, he's just bouncing around, and I love that he always has time to talk to people. You see him like out on the floor. He was sort of finished qualifying, and then he was sort of hanging out at the table selling goods. And if you're in the Netherlands and watching and are plan to be in the gym tomorrow, they got some pretty cool shirts with the brothers, the Père Mawam, the Madame Frères. Pretty cool designs on there. You know, this is life after competing is difficult, so you have to transition. You have to find out, you know, how else can you stay involved in climbing? You know, how can you make a living? How can you still have fun with it?
Mika, bring one into the commentary box. We'll wear it. We'll be your influencer testers. How about that?
Yeah.
But look at this from him. He launches, and remember, he won that World Championship title on a no-text boulder, so this is in his remit for sure, in his wheelhouse. And he's looking pretty confident through this at the moment.
Trying to find... Hunting. It's funny to not see a foot through a clear hold. There's a level of irony to be had there, but
I'm not sure how helpful it is, you know. It might just give you something as a nasty fall for him. And he lands on the rush, which will move backwards. We haven't talked much about Tessa. We're all too busy with Mika here to watch the replay. Tessa is on boulder number 1 as well. She's got her competition started. That wasn't bad for Mika, you know.
Just a bit of a dry fire, that left hand unexpectedly coming off in while you're under load and that hand comes off. You feel it. Everyone who's felt that feeling knows exactly what happened there.
So all action here as our 4 men and 4 women.
You see Artur kind of standing, looking around, making decisions. We didn't see his first try, but he does look a little bit maybe unsure of his process.
Yeah, remember, the athletes have not read this together. They turn around, they see the boulder, they have to figure it out. He's having a sip of water, which is sometimes a tactic. Just to sort of chill yourself out a bit, have a sip.
Yep, take a breath.
Mika launches, he's back in a corner.
He's getting up much higher than some of the other climbers. With that. Maybe just traveling laterally and not so much up and down. Makes that pretty clean.
Right leg coming all the way around to tap the wall on the other side. Now, he's, as you said before, you can't underestimate the top of this boulder. It's tricky. I've only seen 1 top on it so far.
Maybe just a...
Goes
smooth
left
there.
Looking for some kind of a toe up by his hand, I think, unless he can tension it, which he can. Yeah, good work. He was looking for a long time out right to that guppy, but decided just to kind of flag with the left foot. Fast from Mika, did what he needed to do. And points on the board for him.
Yeah, nice and smooth. And there's a little bit of veteran savvy there. Is, you know, you don't panic when you go to match the finish hold and you realize there's a movement or a barn door you can't control, and you don't panic. Yeah. So he looked out right, didn't like it, thought I'll just swap and flag, which is enough. Maybe you have to work harder than you thought to top the boulder, but sometimes in the younger climbers you do see that kind of the little Texas two-step. They go left foot, right foot. Like they can't decide what to do, and you see the anxiety come up, and that's when mistakes get made.
Is a Texas two-step a dance or something in a gunfight?
I sort of see it as a bit of a dance. Okay. I suspect maybe you could pull your pistols out if you needed to.
Well, we just seen another top of boulder number 1. Who was that? Goodness me.
Enya.
The Enya, okay.
And there our tour now.
Oh, no, Lynn on fault, no? No? Enya, okay, sorry.
Yeah, it was Lynn on, it was on 4? Yeah, Lynn on 4, sorry.
Lynn on 4, yeah. So Lynn's just got that done on boulder number 4. Just off your screen. Right, Utter launches left hand, so he doesn't want to spin around under there.
Which I guess is set as an option, and we've seen that maybe that's the 360 is an easier move, even though it feels like a bigger move.
Yeah, everyone has done that so far, so let's see if he changes it. People are asking about live results. Where are they? Good question.
I'm going to keep an eye on the right-hand corner of the screen because I neglected to write it down when I was told the website earlier.
Hang on, docmasters.nl/scores. Docmasters.nl/scores. There we go.
Perfect. The voice in the ear saved us.
Maybe someone could put it on the YouTube chat. If anyone is listening from the organisation, maybe you can stick it on the YouTube chat because a lot of people are asking.
Now's about the time you want to see some scores.
There we go.
Thank
you. So Clara leading the way. 2 tops, 3 zones for her over Lynn and BB. Remember, athletes not completing the round yet, but that's as things stand at the moment for the women.
Our tour swinging around.
And our tour is in the lead at the moment. 1 top. It was a flash.
It was a flash, yeah. Which shows you how important early, I mean, in a round like this, 1 top, it could be the difference between making and not making the final. So every boulder you can get your mitts on, you want to try and send.
Another 2 are waiting in the rings. We've got Valentine, who's waiting for the starters order. Then trying to get into shot over there is Tidor.
Like, don't worry, we're going to get to you.
Yes.
Just leaning over.
Oh. We see you, Tidor, we see you. Right, all.
They're going to come out, and everybody's moving on to their next boulders. A few climbers are now done their round.
Yeah, their evening will be scrolling an app now, seeing if they've made it into the finals. It's only 6 athletes will climb tomorrow, so it's quite a savage cut from our 20 in semis.
And it's, you'd think that it's too many, but then you realize that at a World Cup there's over 100 qualifiers usually, so getting down to 20 is a big cut as well. So you don't want to have that semifinal be too small of a number. So it's on any given day at a World Cup, as you well know, Matt, almost anybody from the semi can make the final.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. That top 20 is in a very low percentile of the best in the world right now. And look at this on the right-hand side of your screen. Tidor going super low and looking like he's going to kick the foot before making a hand movement. I think the problem is you'd be stuck in a corner a bit. Yeah. And he's also being told something by judges here, so I'm not sure if there's some blood. Surely not blood already.
Not on no-tex holds. That would be new. That would be new.
He's looking at his hand.
Yeah. Maybe it was they were just unsure. Maybe he's got some tape that was coming loose that they thought was maybe some blood underneath. But is it good? Oh, good look at the rock over move here.
Yeah, BB launched his left,
going all the way across. It's tough to tell. Sometimes the climber's body language, they fall off a boulder, but you see the excitement. They've like unlocked a movement. They just have to execute it differently. And oftentimes in a semifinal, you see that confusion because they haven't talked about it with anybody. That onside component, you're in your own head, and Matt, you can. Sometimes your own head is a bad place to be hanging out.
Mine is a terrible place to be. Right now we're watching though as he's trying everything but stand up tall at the moment. You get the thinking. But he hasn't really tried to stand into the corner yet, so I think the next go he might want to have a little shout at that. BB has made the move across this time into the zone.
Looking, as soon as they get to grab a good hold, looking confident here.
Can't rush though. Palm missed the palm and did rush, I think.
Oh, you're right. Had lots of time on the clock. No need to rush, but...
I love how we say rush when we don't really know, you know. But
No, it's true.
It's something to do with the body language. You can see a rushing climber. But I think she just wanted to get rid of those bad holds as quickly as possible. Anya, far left of your screen, has made it to the zone as well. There she is, as we zoom in on Fedia as well.
I love all of those little blocking holds. I'm not sure if they're guarding because the angle will sit them out, or if you just liked the look of maybe the...
I saw Gregor have a long top there.
Done from Anya.
Yeah, I saw Gregor having a long chat about those. I think it is to block. I think just where the edge would be, you could get a foot onto it, or as you say, fingers maybe.
There we go. Theodore now works out the opening and then really, so maybe over aggressive to the hold after the zone.
And then Per on boulder number 2.
And it's worth noting that, you know, up here, we are allowed to be sort of critical of the attempts because we do have some insight into how they're going to be climbed from the route setters and how they're coming. Not that we're coming at it from the perspective that we would do it any different, but, you know, it's part of the game is to sort of show you where some of the gaps are. And, you know, Theodore...
We could do it different.
If we want, if pressed.
Get down there, Pete.
If pressed.
There's time in a schedule.
Yeah, I believe they're going to create a gap after this because of an issue. So I'll just run down real quick. I'll show you boulder number 1.
Okay.
I'll show you maybe the start holds, maybe.
All right, that'd be good. I'd like to see it.
Oh, 2 hands. So just working through the options here, maybe.
He really is trying everything but the correct beat so far. And then who is...
Valentine is making... staring down this finish move. We haven't seen this done yet. Can't quite decide on the feet. BB getting into the last position.
Better from her as well. She was stable instead of swinging around with the palm on. Can she bring the right foot up? You can see what she wants to do here.
Crowd is behind her.
She had that right foot on the jib, didn't bring it any higher.
Sort of didn't like it, but maybe knows she needed to do that.
Cool to watch BB. She's very expressionate out on the mats. Look, a hold away as well on men's number 3.
There's Brick. Oh, and also you can hear the crowd get up excited for local favorites as well as just people nearly doing boulders.
Yeah, the crowd building in excitement here in any semi-final. You don't want to start off too loud. You've got to build things up towards our final few. That's the thin friction we keep talking about, and that's not going to go.
No, and you saw BB getting in one more time. 10 seconds has to really go. You see Fedir on the left also is just going to run out of time.
He'll keep climbing to the end, but that'll be it for Fedir on M4, and I'm not sure that's going to be enough for him to get into a finals place. Okay, so a bit of a great gap being created, presumably due to an appeal, so that probably means an athlete will be re-slotted in. Perhaps starting position on boulder number 1, perhaps zone, who knows, but when we find out, we'll let you know.
And what we're going to keep the climbers climbing together, so we're not sure if it's on the male or the female climber, but they want the pairs to stay together down through the field, so no one will climb. It's not that there's 2 appeals going on. One has just affected both sides of that equation. So we had blood on women's 2, and we'll get another swing at it. And we'll either get the time she had left or the full 4 minutes. That's for the judges to decide.
Women's 1,
2.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So she's going to get to come back out.
So Mika is having a look above his head at the cave. Dwarfs him. It's such a big feature.
Yeah, it is.
Artur stands up into the last of the purple slopers. Left hand out towards the blue volumes. Good work from him as he just bumps that hand. Bit of a tune here from the DJs who have been building the atmosphere all day.
Artur here now, looking as good as anyone to that moment. There's something about the shape of the movement in that last kind of position that no one is comfortable in.
Yeah, you're being forced back away from the wall, aren't you? It's very, very, uncomfortable is the correct way to describe it. And it's a classic bit of World Cup setting that, you know, putting a climber in an uncomfortable position where they want to get out of, they can't quite figure it out.
And you can't just jump to the finish because it's a pretty gnarly sloper.
Yeah, got to go slow. Well, less athletes for us to keep track of. Do keep your comments coming on YouTube as well. Hammer the heart button occasionally. Let us know. And any questions still. Vita says, still can't find the results.
Sorry. Make sure you spell it right. Now, Mika, you see that the open hand on that crimp and a little bit of, I mean, he did say that he's here to have fun, but there's just, he's a fiery climber, as they all are, so there's the tiniest bit of frustration when you cannot do a boulder that maybe you think you can do, maybe you think you should be able to do. I think, Matt, overall, every climber that walks up to a boulder thinks they can do it. You kind of have to.
Yeah, I think you've got to have that belief, certainly. I mean, especially when you're someone like Mika, you know, he's done it all before. He's well aware that he can do it. Just got to figure it out. People are asking about grades. Very difficult to talk about grades. The route setters won't really talk about it because it's hard to grade these things there. Although they might not be very difficult if you had 10 minutes or 20 minutes, having 5 minutes. So we're seeing a top here, but boulder number 4 isn't that difficult for the women. It's seeing quite a few tops here.
And you've got to imagine that if you were grading something that you had, you know, all day to try, and you could rest whenever you wanted, and you talk to your friends about it, that's definitely part of the equation. So to say that a boulder is, you know, V6, V8, V9, you're sort of doing a disservice to the fact that they have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're all alone. And in those 5 minutes, there's realistically probably three attempts, maybe 4, depending on the boulder. So, I mean, it's nearly impossible. Go up to your project, start a clock, and then see what you think you would grade it.
That's what I always tell people, because that time goes so quick.
Oh my goodness.
Love this boulder though, good looking bit of climbing here. But the start position I thought was hard. Gregor told me it wasn't, and no one has struggled, so he is correct.
And I kind of laughed because I caught that, I heard it through the door, and I heard sort of the expression of, well, this start looks quite tricky, and Greg just said, it's not.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
I thought it looked quite hard.
Me too. Me too.
Where they're standing is not an edge, it's just a dish, and you just got to be careful of the feet. So going up, making progress is Mara. Oh, hits the wall there. Mara is 2 holds away from Croatia. Makes a pop up with the left hand. Left hand is good, but it's all about this Houdini swap with the feet.
Yeah, and she is maybe gonna not do it.
No.
Yeah, we saw that, I think, from a couple climbers earlier, also tried to sort of skip the foot swap altogether and get a bit too stretched out. Artur, I think you could probably hear Artur, the no trailing into the distance with only 40 seconds.
Well, he had a long break.
He will try it again. He did take a long break.
So that's the problem. I think that 40 seconds, he won't have recovered at all. Mika struggling here.
Just missed it sort of 3 times, came around the corner, was high enough. Just quite missed. Artur, different strategy maybe?
It's because he's got no energy left. He's going to have to do something different.
Yeah.
20 seconds. It'll be his last chance here on this one.
Oh, and he cannot quite make it work. Maelys Agrapart is going to be coming out next. And on...
There is Maelys Agrapart. Bulgarian by nationality. She lives, she did anyway, in London. I hope you still do.
Yeah.
Maelys, good to see her. And then there's Slava there. So that bit of a gap created because of a blood incident should be sorted out as we...
and someone will pop into that dead space as they're... so we created the space, saw that on boulder number 2, someone come out and try it.
This is a replay of Mika. He did get further than this. This is the launch out. That classic Mika 3-finger drag here. No pinky needed. Just look how many times he adjusts on it as well.
I know, it's wild.
It's like 5 adjustments. Slow motion does make it look like he's on forever, but still. Still.
Accuracy, timing, blind, swinging around.
I'm loving Slava's pink shorts as well. I want to pair it up.
Yeah, they stood out last year. I'm going to love to see that he brought them back.
Are they the same pair?
I mean, they almost, how many pairs of pink shorts do you see out in the wild?
I don't know.
I feel like maybe he's got multiple pairs.
Maybe I need more pink
pink shorts in your life?
Pink shorts already. Colour shorts. Another top on the slab. That's BB down on the bottom of the left of your screen. She gets it done.
Yeah,
I think boulder 4 very important at the moment.
Yeah, that's one thing you want to keep in mind. If you walk up to a semi-final boulder and you think, that looks a bit easy, you should do it. You should do it.
And they'll start to get an idea because they will hear other athletes climb the boulders. They'll see it as well. So it won't be too much of a secret soon.
But look at our crowd here.
I love
reserved. Yeah.
The grades chat online.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent stuff.
We'll let them debate it and we'll stay out of it.
Yes,
How about that?
Yes, a lot of V2s in my gym going on.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But shout out to Justin, who found climbing a few months ago and he's addicted. Nice one, Justin. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, some of us have got to having trouble shaking that addiction after many decades.
I'll tell you about this addiction. Delphine says, this is like soccer. I love watching World Cup, screaming encouragement at my screen. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, sitting at home in your living room yelling, why don't you just match the finish?
Well, scream right now. She needs to match the finish. Tessa here.
Oh, no, that's cleverly set. The top of this boulder, you saw, maybe I could step through. The job is to force the foot swap, and I think maybe the root setting is spot on there.
I think so. I think going up with that right hand means you're super stretched out. You just can't move when the hold is that far away and that bad. Valencia made some progress. Progress again here on this very tensiony top.
Quick stuff here from Theodore.
Left hand. Second you move a hand away, you start to peel backwards. He's got to do something to stop that.
Slava just making a bit of a recovery move there.
This is good. Watch that right foot though, sliding around on the no texture. Looks around the corner. Where is it, he's thinking. It's such a big hole when you're on the ground, less so when you're crushed into a corner.
Yeah. And you gotta get a landmark ready, and then by the time you get back from there and you forget, was it 4 bolt holes or 5 bolt holes? It's like, oh, I had it, and then I didn't have it. A little bit of slab work down your left side of your screen. The slow climbing boulders. Wow, good catch there from Brick.
Yeah, you can drop into that side pull. It's good from that angle. As you stand up, it's less good, and that's what makes that move tricky as you move away from it. Tessa's doing doing really well again to get in its position and has lots of time. Can she figure out the foot swap? That's the question. So this is the foot swap we were talking about. That right foot needs to be a left foot. Or bring up your left foot.
Oh, that's gross, though.
Got to really open up the hips. She's made it work. This should be a top, surely, from a yes.
Yes. Really good stuff. That's a high foot. It creates a really uncomfortable position, but Tess just showing she has the power, a little bit of extra core strength in there to make that work. Great top from Tessa.
Yes, 1 minute on the clock now for the athletes remaining. Slav not really doing well. Valencia has a good left toe hook. She's going to have to remove it, of course, to kick right.
Just having that moment of boulder yet to unlock itself. Good look at the composure to finish this. Did not make any rush movements here.
You got to be careful with the left foot. There's just a dot of friction on there as well. Looked in control, though, throughout. So 30 seconds on the clock here as he drops down again into that lovely flowy move he's doing.
Nobody has made it past the zone here. As you said, that the left foot is very tricky. It's a dish that's just getting worse the further out you get from the center. Slava with 10 seconds, it's going to have to rush more than he would need or like to.
Not going to be enough time, is it? Well, he will get buzzed out. That was a shame.
It was a shame.
Might have got it. Now, as well as these two coming on, we're being told number 113, Pierine, will come back onto the mats on boulder number 2. What is that from Boyan there? What would you do, Pete? I'm trying to think. I think 80s dance moves are in order.
I think I would default to maybe just a little sly wink, a little bit like, yeah, I got this.
I don't think anyone can do it like Arthur did.
No, I mean, it would be trouble if you didn't know that he'd done it and then you were up against that.
True. Yeah, you don't want a double wing, do you?
No, you don't want to be up compared to someone else's decision making. But I feel like maybe also just the cold stare. You would just like look into the 1,000-yard stare past the camera, unflappable.
Yes.
That's what we need to see in the YouTube comments. You've got 5 seconds on camera in front of this size of an audience. What do you do?
You know, hang on a sec. The Mika is very close. It touches the left hand in, now bumps the right hand over onto this blue slab. He falls. Now, I'm being told that the results are being pinned to the YouTube comments. So YouTubers, do not worry. It's coming your way. It will be pinned. You can check out the results. We're about to see a top on 4 as well. Surely down on the left there. That is, who is that? Anya?
Mara.
Mara down there. Good work from Mara. She gets it done.
Boyan getting just not going hand and not really looking at the foot at all, sort of as an afterthought, and it really needs to be. We've seen some climbers lead with that foot as part of that coordination move, similar to women's one, really.
Yes, and on any, now she comes off, she was stuck in that starting position for a long time on women's 3. More pink shorts on the right as well. This is the year of 3 athletes with pink shorts. Yeah. We are missing some.
I'm missing the strong athlete part
I've just got
of the pink shorts.
What's going on? I haven't got the memo. Anyway, he's pressing his way up into the corner here. Great shot from our PTZ on the wall to pick him out. Getting big encouragement as well from the crowd. He launches in just about, but not quite.
It's that kind of move where the hold is, of course, good enough to support dynamic movement, but it's fidgety. It's so a bit slopey. It's not very in-cut. It's just enough. But the margin of error, Matt's tiny.
Yeah, it's very small, isn't it? Well, he'll go again. Plenty of time here at the moment. Look at that scrunched up position on 3. She's got the toe all the way around the corner.
And then contrasted with the starfish position from Ini on boulder number 3.
It's all go, isn't it, at the moment? Mika had to take the fall off the top. That last pressing move is a lot to ask for the forearms when you've burnt yourself out down low.
And I was just, Boyan was sort of taking multiple tries in a row. I mean, you get the feeling that the opening move isn't tiring, but you do need to have at least a breath.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to compose yourself as well. So he'll brush that hold instead of a breath.
It's weird to brush a no text hold. You just sort of want to dust it gently.
Clean it.
Clean it, as it were, yeah. Grab your towel. You see Artur climbs with a towel. I'm sure the hotel would love to know that one of their towels has made it out onto the mat, the Dock Masters.
Anyone's white towel.
Could be anyone's. Could be anyone's.
I got 4 in my bag. I mean, no.
Yeah, I mean,
no idea. No.
I've never taken a towel from a hotel into a competition. But I mean, I'm often surprised to see that more climbers don't do that to keep their shoes clean. That there is a lot of chalk on the mats, especially in sketchy foot positions. You want to have really clean shoe rubber.
Yep. Yeah, the mats are hoovered by our team before, but as you say,
good catch from Boyan. That time did get the foot out at the same time as the hand. How will he navigate the top?
Yeah, we haven't seen many get this far, but those who do usually finish it off here. He wants to bring the right foot up, and that will steady him nicely.
Yeah, that's good position.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're psyched to do that boulder after, I don't know, 8 or 9 tries.
It's a low-scoring round. Boulder 1 is important. He'll know that, and he's got some points on the board as he's sent back to ISO now.
About a minute left. Okay, getting close there, but it's still, I mean, close but far away.
Yeah, our defending champ needs some more points on the board here if he's wanting to get into finals. I've only seen him get 1 top so far. Doesn't like the zone with the right hand. Needs to work out the foot-hand match then, which he didn't quite that time.
Yeah, there's a little frustration in that head nod. Okay, getting up close a couple of times. Here's a really good look at this as this foot locks it in.
A lot of athletes have thought about bringing that right foot up. No one's done it yet. He's the first one to fully do it. Looks stable to me. Well read by him. Mika, the crowd would love him to get this, but he's going to have to find something that he hasn't unlocked yet. Is this it?
Looks that. Oh my goodness, that left foot, it looks like almost no purchase, but maybe enough. I did manage to get that into an undercling, which I think is the first time we've seen anyone get high enough to flip the right hand over.
Right, World Cup regular is here. Ingrid gives us a little wave. She cruised through qualies to hit mid-pack here in semi-finals. Andreas after that for the men. It's funny, these pairs. Obviously, like, they've got no deciding of who goes where. It's all position, but you're with your buddy.
Yeah, you're locked in. Right? Yeah. You're in the chair beside each other. You're sometimes standing back looking at the boulder beside each other. You're locked in with them for the next, what are we looking? 5, 10. Don't make me do math in the middle of a broadcast. Don't make me do math.
40 minutes.
40 minutes. You're hanging out together.
In total, rest time included.
We're right now pretty much in the middle of the field. So Andres and Ingrid are showing at position 12. So we're right halfway through. I would start to maybe expect, if you're watching at home, maybe go and get your drink refilled. We're going to get into the steep action.
Yeah, start paying attention, basically. Change it from Boulder Radio to Boulder TV if you're not watching. But I know loads of you are across the world, so hello. Person who's watching further away will get a prize sent to you by the organisers. So let me know on YouTube. Where are you watching from? The furthest away person will win a wonderful, wonderful prize. I reckon someone's in Australia. Someone must be.
Yeah, maybe.
People asking about these pairs. It's purely to do with where you qualified, so nothing to do with your friends or partners or anything like that. It's just based on the qualifying scores.
Slava getting into this open position twice now, but running out of pole. Like it's a one-arm pull-up, Matt, really. Like it's a 360 move, but you got a little bit of momentum from the feet, but on that kind of steepness, when you push, you're not getting as much upward momentum as you really want. You're left with a lot of weight on your head.
Yeah, agreed. Right, progress there, and we'll see some progress on 4 as well, because look, in the background, pressing up towards the last move. Not many have dropped it from here.
Tessa.
Yeah, Tessa's in a really good position. She should get this, and does.
Very nice.
Strong stuff from Tessa. Boulder number 4, the important one, getting done. Low scoring still, though, Pete, at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like 2 tops would feel pretty good right now. Oh, here we go, Slava. Getting that smear in.
That's a fight the foot there to get it high up on the wall. But this is the move. It's spat off everyone. Can he unlock something a little bit different here? Left foot toes in on the crimp. No.
As soon as you were saying earlier, as soon as you match, it starts to push you into the right, and the foot, your right foot's almost in your way.
Yeah. Let's see a replay of this again. Had the right idea, I think, by bringing the left hand in, but watch these hands. He had to make a bit of an adjustment. It was right-handed move, to be fair. It was the left hand. Didn't quite get enough skin on, I think.
A little bit of time. Sometimes the brushing is just to force yourself not to try the boulder again right away.
Don't have brushes, I think, purely due to space here, as Ingrid goes right. Ingrid's such a lovely person as well. She shared my commentary box on occasions. I've outdoor climbed with her on a few times.
Nice.
She kicked my ass, unsurprisingly.
I was just going to ask you how that went.
I think I was hanging with her while she was warming up.
All right, and you were like, maybe I'm going to have a date
I was
today.
right there. I thought, this is it. And then she sort of, to be fair to this, right, she's very good at little cribs. We're in an off-rod.
Okay.
She was climbing on little cribs. It's basically cheating.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, little hands. Yeah, that's the only reason.
Exactly.
All the climbers with little hands. We always say about the youth climbers too. If I had little hands, I would climb those grades too.
Valentine right now.
Decides to go left hand. Yeah, spent a little bit too much time maybe thinking about it there. Changing her beta halfway through. Andres now making decisions.
Big kick needed if he's going to do this. It's interesting, a lot of different ways through that middle part of the boulder. We've seen methods anyway. Not sure that kick, I think that kick could work. You've got to be super accurate with the left foot. There's our crowd. It's stacked here in the boulder wall. This is, of course, a commercial gym most of the time, and what a wonderful facility it is. I feel more looked after whenever I come here than almost at any other comp. Mainly because they give me free coffee. I was
just going to say, they're very generous with their coffee for us. It's fantastic.
Per, one move away from the top of the boulder here. Launches up.
Yes.
Got a match, though.
Where's the foot going to go?
Isn't much of one, is there? He's standing on no text.
2 bad footholds. A bump.
Got to come high, though, with that left foot. That's a top.
Does it? My goodness.
Per should get the nod from the judges on that one. It was a great climb. I love the bump in. You could see him wanting to go all the way, and then sensible climbing from
that was a lot of movement with one hand already on the finish. Love to see that.
Andreas could get a finish here as well.
Oh, and a top. A top from Theodore on
3.
That woke the crowd up, back-to-back tops. Now we're getting into it at basically 0 seconds. 10 seconds on the clock. I think maybe our clocks are on time. I heard the beep in the background. So here we got
Jayla and Paul. Now Jayla, World Cup finalist here, so she's got so much experience to pull on. And then Paul, you chatted to Paul in ISO.
He's, I mean, he's a local Dutch climber. He's been on the scene for a long time. He's been to every Dock Masters. And he was just saying that the next comp is the National Championships. And he's already secured his spot on the team, so he'll be doing that more as another tune-up level event. And he was talking about, just training and progression and how to, approach a season. And also, I love that he said he doesn't spend too much time thinking about nutrition.
Excellent.
We're in the land of pastries, Matt.
Pastries is good beer. That's all I'm saying. Not much I've sold of any of that. Let's have a replay. This was earlier on, the round before. Good top from him. It was impressive up to that point. Powerful stuff. And look at this. He is straight away.
Right up into it.
Yeah. Not many have dropped it once they have one hand on this hold. He wants to cross with the right, I think. No, now unwinding to the left.
Just missed it. Yeah.
I think caught between two minds a bit.
Had that ship. You watch those hips come all the way over.
That's
would
why
have
I
put him in
thought
the right
the cross
spot.
was coming, yeah. Not quite from Paul.
That's okay. Just a little bit of a take a moment. Go back and have a look. I love when they back up to try and see, like, how good is that hold? Or how bad, I guess.
It's hard to tell from our screens, isn't it? And I can't actually remember in real life, but I have a feeling it's got that thumb underneath is pretty bomber.
Pretty
if you lock it.
Yeah, it's slopey on top, but a pretty good pinch. Mika over on your left side. Love to see. I mean, he's capable of. Mika's capable of topping almost every boulder he steps out in front of. So a top here would keep him in the running at this point.
But it's got to be. Now boulder number 4 has been topped, and he hasn't got many, so he needs something here. Tessa in the background runs through. Oh, sorry, not Tessa, Eni, sorry. Tessa and Eni have the same colour t-shirt.
They do, yeah, and the same shorts. They do this to us. Paul back up into the finish position. Mika does get to this zone. Can't quite get the foot up.
He did cross this time. You could see him wanting to do it the time before. Will it work? The thumb is engaged now. Needs to flick that left hand through.
He doesn't love it.
No, he doesn't. Interesting. I thought he'd unlocked something there.
And it just didn't love it. And maybe, you know, as you were saying earlier, they want their hands to be pretty clean for the no-techs, and he doesn't have a chalk bag with him. Maybe this is just a question of not loving the friction.
Some comments coming through, by the way. But you know, when I mentioned who's watching from where, we've got some good ones here. We've got Hanipan, who's watching from New Zealand. Very good, Hanipan. But my favourite, in all honesty, is Frank, who is watching from a boat and has sent his coordinates.
Yes. So we'll map those out as we look at the semi-final scores to this point. Tessa, Clara, Bibi sitting at the top. I mean, right now, 2 tops looks good.
It's enough, isn't it?
And on the men's, we're all over the place with who's topped what. Right now, 1 top still is, it's money right now.
Is Mika is still in the running, 4th, but he's going to want to get another top here. He needs to be quick as well. 2 minutes on the clock, or less than.
A lot of climbers still to come. A lot of strong climbers still to come.
If Paul doesn't get this done, he's going to kick himself after this. He's come close twice. This is where the pressure starts to build in, though. You know you probably should have finished it.
And you have that little conversation with yourself, like, don't drop the top a 3rd time.
Sort it out. Come on, Paul, you got this, mate. Eyes it. What's he going to do? The right or the left? Brings the right through again. Just needs to control. He's crimping the edge of it.
Crimping the edge.
Problem is that left it doesn't let you properly grab with the right hand because you're so twisted up.
It's a perfect look. That camera angle shows you the concentration. Will he? Now this is the moment. You've dropped the top 3 times. Do you change to plan B?
And go with the left hand.
And go with the left hand.
I think he might have to, you know, because it's just he's not finding a solution yet. Also, Jayla not finding a solution on women's number 1 either. Far away.
It has yet to show us a top. And this move, when I looked at this boulder, I thought, okay, you get your hand on the zone, it's a pretty good crimp, you can move right through it. It has proved to be the most difficult move on the boulder.
Yep. Hard stuff for Mika, 44 seconds. Eni goes again into the corner. If she gets that's sort of the first, oh my goodness, if she finishes the first move, that's what I was trying to say, and finds the corner, then most people do it from there. Paul has a bit of a chant going behind him now.
And he's he's the only climber that's done that move statically. It's wild that he can get there. He's got enough time to do it. Needs to just take a breath. Brought his chalk bag with him this time.
What's he going to do? He looks like he's going to get set for the cross again. He does, crimping the edge, those fingernails. He's going to leave him behind if necessary on this go. That's not going to be enough.
No, he can't quite find that locked position so that the move when we saw it done before, that the feet were in really, really tight to lock the hip position in there. And he'll be kicking himself for at least the next 5 minutes.
Right, Amber and Slav are here. Slav does his, you know, computer games. I'm thinking like the start of Tekken 3, for example. You know that little sort of like little movement they do? That's what I would be doing.
Swing, okay, yeah.
choose player one.
You know what's funny is I did actually do a video for Studio Block years ago like that. I think it was me versus Gaspari or something stupid.
Yeah.
We had to do computer game beginnings.
I love it. I actually really like that.
Yeah.
It's sort of the classic, or even Street Fighter. We go a little further back.
Well, that's, I think, was the original idea. When I told my editor this, he just looked at me like I'd gone mad. I was like, don't worry, we've shot all the VTs for it. All you need to do is put it together.
Yeah, it's going to be really good, I promise.
Yeah, it was
I
not
promise.
Thank you, Flo.
Yeah.
Right, who is in action here? Everyone's in action. Boulder number 4 hasn't got top for a few rotations, which is interesting for the women.
It is interesting. A boulder that sort of seems to have been a must climb has shut a few people down.
Gone out of style. No top.
Just like that. Slava showing you that the entire way up boulder number 3 is difficult.
Yes. Did he just fall off first
He
move?
just fell off the second move.
Second move. I missed that. Sorry, Slava. That is Stephanie. Sorry, Amber. Amber, Stephanie. There's not even
Where
a
did you
Stephanie
take?
here.
Stephanie's not on the list.
Because her second name is Schifeliz,
Yes.
and I read Schifeliz as Stephanie.
It's okay, it happens.
It's dyslexic for you, man.
That's okay.
Kicks in.
That's okay. Selective.
Yeah.
Selective.
Selective dyslexia. But Amber, sorry, Amber, is doing pretty well actually on those opening moves. Gets the kick, got the range on it.
And I would expect at this point in the women's field that we would start to see boulder number 1 getting done. And it's obviously harder than we had originally thought.
Yeah, I think so. Tricky one, isn't it? No one getting near the top really on that.
Look at the position that Slav is in. That
left foot.
Left foot, my goodness.
Yeah, he's really committed to what is a pretty small jib for the left foot. Made it work, now standing on it. That right foot though, that'll be the one he's trying not to think about sliding off. What do you do? Pop and kick, I think he's aiming for here. Looks left, looks up, hits the left hand. Couldn't do the kick though.
Maybe sort of a measurement try.
Maybe.
I mean, there is a moment where you realize that you're not going to flash every boulder. And you think, okay, let me just go test this move out. I'm going to go grab that side pull, and then I'm going to know how much momentum it can support.
Yeah.
And to me, like, this is, I mean, I know that people watching at home maybe want to see more tops because tops are exciting. This, to me, shows you sort of a little bit of depth in route setting. They've really tested a bunch of styles, and they're making climbers work really hard. So there's no, if you get here, you top the boulder, right? Sometimes we say, oh, once you get the zone, it's a giveaway to the top.
Yep.
Every move on every boulder is earned at this point.
Yeah, it's hard this. I mean, it is World Cup standard. We have World Cup setters, the team leaving nothing behind for our athletes. Look at 4. We are going to see another top.
Yes, we are.
Valentin gets it done.
And I just tried to bring the results up, but my Wi-Fi is not collaborating with me, so I'm going to, I'll leave it to you to find the results, but it is, if it's, you said it's pinned in there, but it's docmasters.nl/scores.
Yeah, if you're watching live, go to the chat, and it's pinned in that. And of course, our team here will keep you guys updated. In fact, they'll come up now. So Tessa leading the way. 2 tops on the final 2 boulders, and a couple of good early attempts to zones. Getting some points down in the danger zone so far is Perrine in 6th. For the danger zone, Edvards, his comp finish, no tops. I don't think he's going to stay in 6th. And Arta, our defending champion, leading the way. That flash piece, so important.
He's maybe going to be shocked that he's still at the top of the league. You're going to come around and be like, I do not think I had a good round. And he's going to look at the scores and go, what?
Still, right?
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
And now he's going to doom scroll because there's more than 6 climbers to come.
It's not doom scrolling when you're an athlete looking at results. It's
doom refresh.
Result dooming?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's better, you know, on the top of that. Amber getting close.
And I wonder if we just need to see somebody go for like a little more explosive, like higher than they're looks like they're going at it to stay low on the sloper instead of go high to the side pull. So maybe we just need someone with a little more explosivity in their decision making.
A bit of a pop at the top, maybe. Yeah, for sure.
Theodore looking at the clock over his shoulder, 45 seconds. He won't love seeing that.
No, especially not on his 4th boulder. Valicia looks a little bit despondent out there as well.
As has everyone on boulder number 3. Sorry, boulder number 2 for the women. That thing just looks, it has not been well received.
No. Yeah, super irritating boulder, I think. Big fall in the middle there. 18 seconds, that round went quickly. That will be his last attempt, I think. Surely not enough time, no.
Ingrid did get back on, and just, you see that. There's desperation in boulder number 2 on almost every move, and 5 seconds to go. Valicia is going to stay connected, but going to run out of time.
Did she get, I don't know if she had her own already, but that was...
I'm not sure.
So Yeva smiles and waves. She's next out onto the mats, and there is Timotej Romsak.
That mustache is fantastic. I mean, you can't not talk about the mustache.
I don't know, the beads.
It's right there.
The beads are right there too. It's like, do you remember back in the night? You remember the 90s.
I do remember the 90s,
Do you remember those tribal wooden beads?
I do, yeah. And the puka shell necklace
Yeah,
just earlier
bit of
than that too, yeah.
A bit of new metal silver in there, you know, the little tribal silver.
Yeah.
I had all that very briefly, but I had it.
Yeah.
Baggy jeans.
Baggy jeans and maybe a hemp bracelet.
I miss
hemp rope
Linkin
bracelet, yeah. It's a good times. The 90s were good times.
Was it? I don't know. I think maybe.
Yeah, we're showing our age a little bit.
Right, where are we at with the climbing here? So we haven't got many to go here, you know. We've only got 5 or so. Yeva is climbing at the moment. And then Timotej
getting into that position. It's now sort of standard. Everyone now has been getting at least up into this spot. But this is new news.
He's wiping off some chalk there probably, or maybe, you want a little bit of sweat on your hands. And I know that sounds weird, but trust me, a little bit of moisture on those hands make those no-touch boulders feel better.
And I find movements like that, while they don't stress out your fingers, it's like getting body blows in a boxing match. You're holding tension for so long. It's fatiguing.
It is, yeah.
To hold it and move through a position like that.
Everything's tense, isn't it? Good shot inside of those holds.
Yeah, I love that.
Not sure where our climber is, but...
Hands on hips, standing on the mat.
Having a think.
Oh, that's our gap, actually.
Oh, that's why. There we go.
But this is a good angle for Heke. We see that this change, the slab to overhang, which is relatively rare.
Yeah,
she looks good.
One move away, she'll snatch that right hand up. Will she get a foot first?
Oh my goodness.
Well, Jayla needed to make some progress on boulder 2. I think she got the zone on 1, but yeah.
That's as good as we've seen.
It is, yeah. And it's not really a crack. It looks like a crack. I had a long look at that. They're flared inside. So you might be able to jam, but I think it'd be pretty tricky.
It's more of just an aesthetic blocker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gregor was saying, it is a blocked final hold. It's hard because of that. So you've got to be accurate.
It's a really good example of the creativity in modern route setting, is that when you want to make things harder for these climbers and you don't have the perfect hold, you create the perfect hold by either screwing holds on or blocking the good parts. We see sort of jibs getting added inside of holds to make them smaller or harder to grab, or something you bump your hands against. And it's building holds while building boulders. I love that about route setting, the transition in probably the last, maybe the last 5 to 8 years that's been happening. And you also see every now and then, we call it construction or bricolage, where they're actually completely modifying the hold. I've seen route setters with angle grinders shaving off texture from holds, just all kinds of, I wish I had this foothold, but you know what, I'm just going to make one. And it's one of my favorite behind the scenes that most people don't get to see, is route setters building semis and finals.
They've been doing well here. Questions about athletes, what they do when they finish climbing. Can they see the other climbers? Nope, they are kept in isolation, so they're herded off as quickly as possible. I'm sure some can have a cheeky look, but you won't get any tips. Look at this, one move away here. She's going to get it as well from Heke. Great work.
The relief.
I think only the second athlete to do that, I think. So good work.
Really good work, and you saw her just slow down and decide to commit to the foot swap. Do your job, make it happen.
Jayla has waited a long time for her next go here. Now she chooses to with that minute 14 on the clock, so it could be 2 attempts.
Yeah, the most physical boulder of the round for the women, I think, at this point.
So she slipped off straight away as well off camera. Right, this is her top from Heke. Cross through, good work.
I love that feeling.
Yeah, it's a face I think every climber can relate to, that one. Thank goodness I don't need to do that again.
Exactly.
Jayla launches, falls, maybe hasn't quite recovered enough. She will have time, but will be burnt here.
Yeva, like everyone before her, either having trouble with the first move or getting the first move and having trouble with the second move. And Timotej, after having looked pretty good early, has essentially made the same fall 3 or 4 times in a row now. And then down in the cave, Paul is fighting the long, good fight of that steep
white boulder. Yeah, he'll be done with 19 seconds. That was better there, not quite from Timotej. He comes down. Jayla has 12 seconds to figure this out. There's the zone. I think she's already been awarded it, though, but she'll get it again.
She does look good this time.
And drops off. Maybe she didn't get there.
Maybe not. And she said, let's establish that and get the heck out of here.
Giorgia Tessio is on from Italy, our Italian climber anyway. And then another World Cup regular, Mr. Anže Perhac, looks very happy to be competing here.
Giorgia Tessio, our defending champ, and this year's poster and T-shirt, which is something, if you're not familiar with the Dock Masters, the logo and the poster is always an image from one of the winners from the previous season.
Nice.
So it's a good picture of her sticking a hole dramatically. You see it when you come back to the booth behind us. It is on the shirt. And I mean, what do you think, Matt? Is it intimidating to walk into a comp and be like, wait a minute, I'm on the poster? How do I not win it again?
Look, maybe I've got a bit of an ego. But if I was an athlete and I was the poster person, I would think that my career is going the right direction. Put it like that. So I think I'd be happy.
You'd be happy.
Anže is the first one to do a spin at the beginning there. So he's trying to spin and land with both hands facing out. If in doubt, face out from Pete. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure if in doubt he should do that on this boulder.
I'll just take that one person has decided that might be the option. I mean, I would think if you made me put 20 bucks down, I would say Georgia does this boulder.
Well, let's see. Your money is on the table, literally. She's fighting hard for you. But this hold is, I don't think the double is the right way. I just don't think it's good enough to hold it. Let's see. Anže, will he do this spin? He does do this spin.
That's going to be dramatic every time.
I wonder, though, if he's slightly overthought this. I mean, he's a regular on World Cups. He's seen this move a lot. It's not one the setters intended on this boulder, so he might just be overcomplicating things. Valencia, meanwhile, tries to bring the right foot up. Not quite. I'm surprised she dropped that.
Yeah, it's true. I love that you said that. That's such a... Oh, my goodness.
Well, there we go. Maybe not overthought.
But how do you get...
Well, like that, but then you're kind of in the same position.
Yeah.
Maybe he's correct.
Oh, but maybe now the unwind... The foot is in a better, your right foot now is on the jib, and if you kind of close that barn door.
I can see him making it working. We'll go here to Ingrid, who's done well with a step through.
It's dangerous.
That's good.
Wow.
Oh.
That's strong.
Yeah, well done,
Not
Ingrid.
as intended.
She's a little beast, man.
Yeah.
She really is. Anže did not get that done, so no.
Yeah, but just going back to what I was saying is that this, you're right, they're used to having root setters throw all kinds of crazy things at them and like, oh, this must be a jump spin. And in fact, they're like, no, it's not.
Yes.
It's difficult, but not difficult in the way that you think it is.
And setters do think about that. You
They
know, there are boulders in Kechao last season. There was not a spin that looked like a spin. Same idea, you know. Just put there. You could do it like that, sure, but it actually was harder to spin.
Right, and I love that aspect of creative root setting, and that job is it's a lot of work. And it's not that it's unsung. Obviously, we're watching their creations at all times, but it's a grind. And if you've ever been in and like worked a comp that your gym has hosted, Amber making that look pretty good. If you get a chance, stick around and watch the setters tweak and put up final boulders. Just see the way they talk about movement and kind of get that feeling of, they do have that discussion. They're going to say, well, what if one of them tries to spin it? And they'll try and break their own boulder and say, it's just as hard or harder to do it wrong. It stays that way.
Yeah, 100%. So up and underneath on men's two, Timothée does make some progress into the crimp here. He wants a heel under there, doesn't he?
He's hunting for, but I mean, really what we've seen is that you need to commit to just being powerful through there. Oh, he makes it work.
Yeah, well done, Anže.
Wow, and let's see how we finish. Ooh, jeez, slow down, son.
What's he gonna do? Left-hand flick. I think this is the better way. Oh no, as I said it though, just because he lost that, but we're seeing a top.
Georgia topped the
you got
first
20
boulder.
bucks.
I got 20 bucks.
No, you didn't bet with me, did you? It was just general.
I just bet out into the public.
Right. The public will send Pete some cash now, please. We owe him 20.
Georgia Tessio just did what you would expect a World Cup veteran to do, which is buckle down, get it right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, by the way, Pete, saying that you owe him 20 bucks. So, just saying.
That's the noting.
Top. That's why.
You see her in the corner there. I love. We're looking at
double replays.
Yeah, and Anže's replay, but we saw Georgia's top.
So our favourite is in the top spot, or will be after a couple of boulders with that. Anže has made this work. Let's see how he did it. We didn't get it on camera before.
at least he gets to sort of rest in that position where no one else has. So his outward facing in the corner. Let's see, it's frustrated.
Was it frustration, or did she do that bowl?
She did it, but I think frustrated that she didn't do it sooner.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
More attempts burnt. Slav getting back to this spot, but I don't know that. Oh my.
He's made that heel work. That's
Yeah.
very impressive from him.
But you have to release it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, as in similar to the overthinking side, is that if you get too secure on a boulder where you have to release to be insecure, if you're going to get there anyway, just get there early. You know.
Utrecht and Leo Favreau are out. Team France really have sent the team, sent the big team.
And maybe that's sort of maybe by direction, maybe saying, hey, here we all go.
Tess is still leading the way though, and Valentine down at the bottom in the danger zone. Hecke has a boulder in hand as well, I think, so she might bump above Valentine on that very doable boulder number 4. Bibi's done well, she's in 3rd as well. And then for the men, Arta leads the way. Mika after that, who's down in 6th? Edvard still hasn't moved from that. No tops and still in. Hard round.
Yeah, very hard round. No tops, but all zones, which is even the top climbers above him didn't do the zones of the boulders they didn't do. And I love that the score, when it shakes out that way, it can be very style dependent. So climbers are doing the boulder that's in their favorite style or their best style. And when I was talking to Amber a little bit in isolation, she said that she always hopes to see a slab boulder early because she thinks that's her best style and she can create the calmness around it.
Okay, some confidence.
Yeah.
Jayla is on that little fiddly climb in the middle of your screens here. It's all about the top, but down low you've got to do some accurate footwork.
See Hecke just not quite locking down the run across.
Hecke has a potential finals place on the line with that boulder, so we'll keep an eye on that. Jayla makes progress to the zone.
Paul now getting, lots of climbers have gotten here. Crowd letting them know.
Good from Jayla as well. Keep an eye on this. She's a move away. Paul falls. And stay on Jayla.
Devious piece of route setting. Every time we've seen someone avoid the foot swap, they've wished they hadn't.
Yeah, it looks so close, doesn't it? And then you realize how stretched out you are, and that's it. Utrecht, more than capable here. She is looking absolutely stacked this year as well.
Yeah.
I said this to her, she's looking shredded.
She's put a little bit of work in on the off season.
The gym has been hit.
Yeah. There is, I mean, we say off season, but it's in between, like there's no competitions. They don't take that much time off. Some of them actually go climb outside.
Yep.
Some of these climbers climb 11 or 12 months of the year.
Samuel Richard. Yeah. He's been climbing outdoors a lot. He'll be out in one athlete's time. Ooh, nope, slides off in slow motion.
Just
down he goes. Boyan, not quite. But this is much closer from Hecke. Remember that finals place. The zone might have been enough as well, but she'll get a top, it doesn't matter, and that will bump her up into the top 6 provisionally.
Be happy to have put that one away. Jayla getting around the corner again. And will she leave? Is there room to be a little bit smarter for this foot swap, or is it just going to be that Houdini? Oh, early.
Early, yeah. But now you've got to do quite an awkward twist here and then left guppy. There it is. It's worked. Yeah. Oh, the palm. I think that might be intended beat. She did lose the left foot there, though. Paul wrestling right now with the blue volumes. He slips too.
Goodness, and that no one has really looked like they've been on even the cusp of figuring out that body position. And you sort of look down the boulder and think the right foot's quite good. You know, it's not a tiny little jib. It's not dual techs. It's just a big, nice round slope. No, there's something about the angles. It's really hard, as we say. The boulder does kick back and to the right while you're trying to climb to the left. So, good catch from Leo.
Yeah, he went for full commitment. Lucia as well will launch up. Not quite, but very close from the Slovenian there on the left-hand side. Leo Favreau, who's from France. I'm getting people ask me to talk about nationalities. Hang on. As we see Leo, we'll talk about this in a sec, because Leo gets the left hand on, brings the right hand through. Good work.
Very nice.
Yes, nationalities. We've obviously got climbers from lots of different nations here. The reason we're not telling you is we don't really have the information to hand, and me being me, I'll probably cock it up. So when we know a nation where they're from, we will let you know, but we'll have to be sure. Spanish climber there.
Yeah, excellent work.
I know some.
You know some. Same. I think I know, and then I forget where they're from. And you'd rather say nothing than tell somebody they're from the wrong country.
I reckon I could name everyone's nationality, but I'm not that confident.
Yeah, and you know, in a non-World Cup event, they're not wearing team jerseys.
Exactly.
It's very easy when they're wearing their colors
Exactly.
and their flags.
I like it. It's like all the climbers on a mufti day. You know, it's just like, wear what you want.
Yeah, where would you like? Make your sponsors happy.
Yes, true.
Yeah, Lucia sort of pointed out earlier, maybe going for the double, the palms, and hoping she can hold the position. I'm surprised Jalen now's been up there.
I am too.
3 times.
I think, well, I have to be reminded of the score, but she could be in a bit of trouble here unless she gets, I think she's got the zone though, so we'll have to see. You can see her going time and time again.
The clock is now against her. 10 seconds. Really is going to have to rush.
Might help Jayla though. Less thinking, more doing here. 6 on the clock. 5. She gets the right foot up. Come on, quick now.
1.
Got to make the match. Come on.
She does.
Ooh, that was right on the button. Wow.
Whoa.
She needed that. She was in trouble.
Yeah, that's we see a buzzer beater not in every semifinal, but that's as close as you're going to get, and she'll breathe a sigh of relief, maybe wrapped up in a frustration.
Right, 2 teammates on stage together. Agathe Calais from France and Samuel Richard as well. Samuel is the one I said been climbing outdoors a lot. As has Agathe. She's been doing quite a lot of Chamonix, bit of multi-pitching as well.
Oh, just which would be a kind of a casual outing for a World Cup boulder
just chill.
athlete. Yeah, just go climb some easy 5:13 pitches.
Maybe she's rubbish at it. I don't know. Agathe.
It's true, maybe, right?
Can you multi-pitch? Who knows? Right, Samuel launches left. He looks super chilled when he was checking into the hotel yesterday. I think this comp is the start of his sort of World Cup build-up.
It's a chance to see where you're at in your training, as we were talking about, and also just a chance to maybe get some of the jitters out really. Almost careless, but when you're strong and you know you think you can hang on to the holds, and you just do things like that. He's wearing one of Mika's shirts.
Oh, is that a Mika shirt?
That is one of Mika's shirts.
Flash from Samuel. Yeah, he is
really clean.
Should I tell the people? I have got a circle around his name here as a potential winner for this comp.
Yeah.
I did think he was in form at the moment. He's looking good with that one.
Yeah, me as well.
Oh, yes, true.
Sam, I did.
And
he just, the confidence that he moved through the finish, like he grabbed that finish hold. We've seen 18 other climbers struggle to even think about holding it, and he just grabbed it, put his foot up and matched. Like that, there is a gap even at the top end where you see that some people just have a little bit extra. Ingrid topped her boulder down on the slab while that was happening, and Amber Schiffler's, oh my goodness, lets out a roar at the top of boulder number 3.
Good work from Amber, yeah. 3 quick ascents then. Only 2 minutes on, and Amber might have done enough there on boulder.
And this is now, we're going to get into that interesting part. At the very beginning of the comp, we didn't see a lot because there was only a couple climbers out, and now you're going to see climbers flashing boulders. So we will see gaps. It will allow us to focus on the boulders that have shown us the most struggling. Time, Georgia Tessio. Are we going to see it, Matt?
We might do. We should do, and we do. There we go. Our defending champ reminding us why she is so good, and that should be enough as well into finals for her.
After only 2 boulders.
After 2 boulders, it's that kind of a round. Let's see how she did it. One hand was blocked. We know how thin it is. Easy match at the end.
And that's, I mean, you say easy, but the cross-body tension she's holding there,
True. We just
not sag around the corner is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, she made it look easy.
Yes, as they do, unfortunately.
Yes. All right.
Slav does have it as an undercling.
I can't remember what that left hand is like. I don't think there's a lot. It is an undercling. It's straight undercling.
It's flat undercling, but it's...
We might see a top here from Slav. Look at this.
We do!
That's 2 now for boulder number 2. Things are heating up here.
Yes, they are, and in short order. Love that.
If we just switched on TV and you wonder what on earth is going on, we're at Dock Masters 2026, one of the first competitions of the year, and a chance for some world-class athletes to pit their wits against this world-first setting. And Agathe, meanwhile, as we flick between replays, she gets it done too.
Everybody's topping boulders right now, and maybe they're thinking about this live stream experience. They do them all one after another.
It's good for us.
That's very nice for us.
Strong from Agathe. You'd expect it from her. She gets it done. She's one of the world's best, and our top 3 looking good. Selma and Lily to come for the women, and Julien and Guillermo for the men.
Andres now, we can focus a little bit on the 2 hardest boulders on the men's side are 3 and 4, and that is what we are left with. Andres, just, Matt, I want to go back down to this boulder after the round and sort of re-envision why this move is so disgusting. And it's got to be that left foot.
I think so. It's just it's awkwardly underneath yourself, and you can see how it sort of runs out of purple friction as well as you go towards the right-hand side. Tessa still leading the way. Good work from her. BB up, down to 6th now. Giorgio, as expected, up into the top 5. She will stay there. Where is she going to end up? And Ingrid. Progress from her. And Arthur still leading the way over Mikkel.
Leading the way.
And Samuel jumps into there with a flash.
Immediately in, yeah. My goodness, I think Artur and Mika are maybe just sitting back in the crowd going, are we going to make the final?
I think they should.
Right now? They should.
Especially Artur in the top spot. Slav.
20 seconds to go.
I want to take one of these holes and put it on my wall at home. They're beautiful.
Just sort of art.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting who makes them. Do you know who makes them?
I recognize the logo. It's a CR.
Yeah, I should know this. Considering how much I'm saying they're wonderful, I have no idea who makes them. Selma. I'm not a setter.
There's a lot to remember. There's hundreds of holes.
Exactly, I can't.
Hundreds.
Plus, I haven't been paid to shout those guys out, but I would. Selma and Julian, two who again should make it into finals. It's going to be a hotly contested top 6 here. Big names.
And a lot of mustaches.
A lot of mustaches.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, 3 mustaches.
The rage, right? 2026, the year of the mustache.
Yeah. Ironic mustaches or not, it's hard to tell.
What if they're ironic?
Yeah.
I don't want to claim someone's mustache is ironic.
I'm posing the question. I'm posing the question.
Is it ironic?
Yeah, I'm posing the question.
But if you heard someone said, is it ironic about your mustache, Pete? You got a very nice one. How would you feel?
I think I would feel okay because it's attached to a beard.
Right.
If I only had a mustache, I feel that I would realize that people might be like, is that?
But is the mustache attached to the beard, or is the beard attached to the mustache?
It's one of the age-old questions.
I just do not know. Anyway, Jayla should top this boulder here.
She's past the difficulty, as it were.
Yeah, she should get it done. Easy stuff from her. The Spanish athlete comes down.
Selma Mimoun staring down the last move here.
Not quite that time, hips away from the wall.
It's kind of interesting that it's a 2-move boulder. But because you have to establish the start, it looks awkward, and there's a foot swap in the middle. But, I mean, in essence, it's a 2-move boulder.
Yeah, but a tricky one. Only 2 women have got that now. But all the boulders have been topped.
Julian.
There's a lot of mustache talk.
There was.
It's funny.
A bit too much mustache
talk. I don't think it's led by you. I think independently. The mustache gang has started on YouTube. Thank you for your comments on YouTube. Keep them coming. We love our engagement. Helps the views, and also it's funny. So keep them coming.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to kind of have that chat. It's like you're sitting in the pub with your mates when you have the chat going on.
And Justin, we were not mustache shaming. I think the opposite.
No, yeah.
As a man who can't grow a mustache, I'm always impressed. Lucia is close. This is the jam that isn't a jam here. Looks like a crack is a side pull more than anything.
And I mean, your thumb is outside, but you're really just preying on that no text.
Powerful move right there.
Yeah. And this is so, we're going to get a good look at this. This is so accurate. And no left foot to be heard.
Into the crack if she can find it, but she can't. She touched the bottom of it. I think she wanted to go higher into the side pull. She would have had to sort of underclinged that, which would have been hard.
You could see sort of every reset, the shoulders were dropping a little bit every time.
Julian Weimer is into the corner.
Took him a few cracks to get here. This is maybe his 4th try at that opening move.
Wild jump as well. Had to push off with the right leg on the wall.
And maybe, I mean, they are seasoned, but there's nerves. So maybe you're a bit nervous. You've been listening to the crowd cheer for the last hour and a half. You're not sure. You look at the boulder, you think, oh, that's going to be tricky, but I just heard maybe the person before me did it, and you kind of get ahead of yourself. So maybe there's some nerves here. He did sort of undersell the move to the side pull. See, Eva.
He's got lots of time, 2:10 at the moment from him. She's very stretched out here, makes it work. Selma needs to get this done if she's to stay in touch with the top 3 for the rest of the round.
Considered a heel hook, and then backed it off and all the way back around to the original position.
If World Cup women can heel hook, they will heel.
They will.
It's amazing what they get in there.
Yeah, that's an absolute common theme. Good stuff now from Yeva. Is she going to go? She is going to try without the foot swap. And true to form, everyone that has done away with the foot swap for being too low risk has gone to the finish move and proven that that is also, look at this.
Needs to go high with this right hand. If she can't lose the foot, that won't help. in some trouble right now. In battle mode.
Oh my good.
Control.
Barely, yeah.
Very controlled.
I liked that.
I liked it too, but 1 minute 11 is not a lot of time. She looks tired. She leans against that post there.
It's a burly boulder, and Julian
doesn't like it, does he?
Nope. And maybe in his own head a little bit, the frustration. You don't want to be frustrated on boulder 1. Not with the 2 boulders that are coming up next.
No, true. Big battles.
Here we go. Good look. As you say, she sort of slowed it down and went in control.
Oh, she missed it twice, yeah. Didn't see that in the full splits. Well, we'd like a replay. Thank you. A good job as well to the team behind the scenes doing this. Thank you to everyone. Lovely shots.
10 out of 10 on the production side here. Paul Brandt, we'll take a visit. We haven't seen a lot of this boulder because this is about as far as it gets.
Yeah, 30 seconds, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
He needed this. Julian making some progress finally after that frustration. This will be his one chance, though.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the foot pops. Well, he's going to run back, possibly, but I don't think that's enough time.
I don't think so either.
And a fight going on here as well.
No, just taking a swing of
Oh,
hope.
the crowd are going crazy.
There we go, Selma!
3 seconds to go. She's tops it.
And then a little bit of woo.
Yes, she needed that.
Just got that one out of the way.
All right, Lily Agrapart waits in the shadows here, and she's up against next to Guillermo
Franjanillo. And this is our last 2 climbers. These are our top 2 qualifiers from this morning. And you might be saying to yourself, we're going to see them storm through all 4 boulders. The boulders are hard. Expect them to have the same struggle that you've seen almost everybody else have. We've seen some moments of composure on both sides on different boulders. This is what makes it fun, is there have been, other than women's 4, which has been almost a guarantee, there are no giveaways. And this is what the climbers expect as well. I don't know that anybody comes out and expects a top 4 semifinal boulders.
No, true. But Lily is on her flash go right now. She qualified in top spot here for these women's finals. Off she launches, really sticky there.
It's as good as we've seen anyone stall that move, for sure.
Yeah, Lily Agrapart could be one to watch. She was injured towards the second half of last year's World Cup season, had a nasty, nasty ankle injury. She played down a lot, but it was so heavily taped up, it must have been in her mind. So I don't think we saw the sort of full Lily last year. We might beat this year. And a top on...
Oh my goodness!
3. I keep saying 2, but I mean 3.
Yeah. Wow. Anje making it happen. Oh. And as maybe expected,
that was just the match needed. Samuel's getting huge encouragement. It could be the first top we see here. And there's a top on women's too as well, 3 as well.
Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Jinxed that one maybe.
I did. Sorry, Sam.
And now we see Lily getting to the top. The crowd doesn't know where to look. I love that moment where there's an oh, there's a cheer, there's someone falling, and then in the tail end of that, Lily comes in tops boulder number 1. The crowd loves that. Wakes them up a bit.
Quickly as well. Now, that was a fast one.
Maybe second try.
Yeah. This was how she did it. Our cameras couldn't keep up, however. She makes the match. Big smile on her face. And that's job done for Lily Agrapart. We'll have a long, chill break right now.
Something we haven't really talked about, actually, is if you flash a boulder, you get to tack those 2 or 3 minutes onto your 5-minute rest, which can, given how hard the middle section of this round is, super valuable.
Yeah, can make a big difference. Well, she will take advantage of that. Let's have a look at the scores, shall we, as we watch our final 3. Georgia leading the way now. Finally bumps Tessa off the top spot. Amber, Jaylet, Tessa, Heke, Clara, and Ingrid 7th now. So she's pushed outside of our top 6. Everyone else, of course, below will be out too. Arta, right top, Mikael Slav, Theodore Boyan, Per, and Samuel is pushed out, but of course he's got a boulder in hand as well. That bottom 4 or 5 is going to be back and forth for a while.
So you sort of have Leo, Anje, and Sam, and well, potentially Julian as well.
And Sam hypes the crowd there. He needs them behind him on this power boulder.
He's given himself a pretty good rest, and 2 minutes, maybe time for one more, but he hopes he won't need it. Guillermo. No.
Should be from here, shouldn't it? Yes, it is from Guillermo. That right, so I think the second you have that right foot up, it's done. It really is. If you can work out a way to put your foot by your hip.
Yeah, and you can see their body language change into that. They sag a little bit and go, oh,
yeah, I'm here.
I can match the finish now.
Not long for Agat, who had a rest, minute 40-ish on the clock now.
get a good look at, as you were saying,
It's not much to stand on, is it?
no, but she didn't need the heel where some earlier climbers needed to try and use the heel to get around the corner.
I think if you haven't got the power, the heel looks like a good way to sort of cheat the move, but if you're like Agathe Calais, you don't need that.
So much higher with the left hand.
Well, she wants a toe jam, doesn't she? Go on, that would have been cool. That would have been very cool.
I wonder if it's the right decision. It would have been cool, but I wonder if it sort of turns her over a bit too much.
Setters will have tried it, won't they? But if there is, whether they're as flexible as Agathe is the
different story.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Slav just absolutely popping off.
So she was trying to dig the toe in and then twist, almost drop knee that. It's in. It was in, you know. Maybe, and her knee as well. Oh, what
it makes me nervous.
Not right now, please.
Yeah.
Please.
All right, Sam on what will be his last try on this boulder. You can't. Okay, given the miss, this will be the last try. Got to really try and recruit here. So much power in these first two moves.
Sam is, you know, very good 8C climber boulder outside. Oh my God, he's done 9A, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did this year.
Yeah, he did Sedan Sol.
And here he goes. Time is not his friend, but he doesn't need to. Yeah, can't find the position when you're rushing like that. A little shake of the head. He doesn't know that one top is currently putting you in the final. He has no idea.
But he also spent a long time trying that power boulder as well, so he won't have much of a rest when he goes back.
It is one of the mind games of a semifinal is that you can think you're having a terrible round. You can get in your own head. You can be frustrated, and you just simply don't know that you've already bought your ticket.
Yeah, Stash go if you're listening. I've watched you do that. Where is Stash? This is like the first year she hasn't been here.
It is the first year, yep.
I had quite a fun time with Stash a couple of years ago. Things happened that I can't talk about involving bicycles and chins being smashed into the ground, but I can't bring that up. But Stasha, if you're out there, I miss you. It wasn't her chin.
Just to clarify.
Just to clarify.
I miss her too. Her and I also had a humorous conversation about bicycles the other year.
Did you know?
I didn't know how to change gears on my bicycle to go up the bridge hill. And she solved it and told me in ISO during an ISO interview.
You can change gear at the bike?
You can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you change gears, so I couldn't get it down into first gear going up the hill, and I had to get off and walk.
I cycled all the way here with one gear.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, there's a better way.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, she was my savior.
Okay. Who's that? Selma.
Selma.
Yes, Selma's doing well. Selma's cruising, to be honest. Look at this.
She campused that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the feet are uncomfortable by design for that move, and she has the power to try the campus. Why not?
Yep.
Why not?
Yeva is finishing off her comp down at the end, as is Timotei and Leo Favot and Lucia Tarkas. All these people are in the running for a finals place. Coming up to 10 to 10 here, so about 30 or so minutes left of our competition. Myself and Pete will say goodbye to you at the end, but come back tomorrow evening. What time? 8 o'clock?
Oh.
I want to say 8.
Oh my goodness, I don't have it in front of me.
I know, I shouldn't have asked you. I'm so sorry. You look like a frightened rabbit when I asked that.
You did.
There is,
I didn't know you were going to ask
Well,
the
it's because
question.
I didn't know, Pete, so I'm throwing to my co-commentator expecting you to have all the answers. We'll forget about it. It's at some point tomorrow evening. I think it's 8. I want to say 8. Who's this? Yeva! Yeva is in position. Up she stretches and gets it done.
Yeah. She took, maybe that was her third try on that, but as we've been saying, you need to put that one on the scorecard to stay in the running. Leo, can he flip this?
Got to do something, hasn't he? He's trying to find a right hand. That left hand is sort of flapping around on the left as well. You can see Tarkas fully locks off that right arm. She gets set for this. Oh, a little bit of a wobble as she went there.
Yeah.
No early foot swap from her, which means she's got to do it at some point here.
And some of the climbers, yeah, they've elected to go high there. It is a small box.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That is the core strength that she has inside her, because that's awesome from her. So much tension to get that move done.
Yeah, that looked, I mean, it looks in control, but she's working so hard to stay in that position. That's good climbing. Absolutely. So a couple of tops from the ladies leaves us with the struggle bus on boulders 2, 3, and 4 for the gentlemen.
I love it. Some guys just commented, lol, bro never got on a bike before, lol. I have. I was just unaware that the rental bike had gears, okay? It didn't also have a front brake. It was cut. So I was trying to deal with that situation. Okay, there was a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on with that.
And they're not the bicycle that you have in your garage at home. They're very functional, robust rental bikes. It is the best way to get around the Netherlands. I think Utrecht is also the bicycle capital of the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Wide roads.
And you just got to lean in. You got to lean in on the bike here.
I'm trying.
Try.
Got no brakes or gears.
Yeah.
Selma up towards the zone again. Now this is where she started to struggle before. Looked good until the last move. Can she work out foot shenanigans here?
Just sort of commit to that right foot being terrible, but necessary.
She's lost it once and twice.
Time on the clock, whether or not, yeah. I think she'll try that again. Yeah,
I think so.
And you see, Julianne has spent a lot of time thinking about a rest here. Take it down to probably just under a minute.
They'll have seen that, or anyone walking in will know there'll be powerful moves through that cave. It'll be interesting to see if they switch it to put the women's boulder underneath the finals, which could be really cool. Some compression-y moves for the women will be awesome.
He's really taking it down.
He is.
You don't often see somebody get close to 30 seconds for their last try, just in case you blow the first move.
I can't remember the Cara Condi theory on this. I think she says never go with a minute on the clock. Which has got nothing to do with 30 seconds, but I thought it was 30.
But it's relevant. It's relevant.
Yeah.
Everybody's on.
Hasn't been enough of a rest, though. He's
No.
done. So the rest didn't pay off for Julian. He will leave. Leo will still fight to see if he's rested enough. 18 seconds.
And then over in the corner, Timothée. Oh, he does get it to an undercling. This is the position you want to be in. Can he make the foot stick? Leo, as good as anyone we've seen not top the boulder, as ridiculous as that sounds, the only people that have looked any better than that have done the boulder, and that's just one person. So that's a strong climbing from Leo.
It is, and we're saying goodbye to boulders. So boulder number 1 is finished with, as Lily Agrapart, the final climber, to climb that. And we'll start to wind things down a little bit. By the end of our comp, we'll just have 2 climbers on stage. Right now, we're still busy.
And at that moment, I mean, I kind of like when it's 2 climbers on stage who haven't punched their ticket yet. So when on the men's side, when you have this field where 1 or 2 boulders is going to get you in, there's a lot of people on the bubble sending or zoning on that last. We get a really good look again at the fidgetiness of the men's boulder while we watch Agathe climb the 3rd boulder.
Team France, notoriously good on slabs. Let's see if she can put this together here. In fact, teams go to Paris purely to find slab climbing. They go to Tokyo for the impossible boulders, and they go somewhere else for other stuff. Agathe, very accurate with the feet. Look how those feet just don't move once she's planted them.
Yeah, there's no resetting, no second guessing.
That reach might have been a bit too far for the right hand. She'll have to do some more adjustments, I think, to get to it. She wanted to just to stretch up and grab it, but needed to change up.
If you're a young competition climber, that's the kind of footwork you want to be paying attention to, is put it on, be confident, believe it's not getting any better. And is she going to do...
I think the flick first, yeah, so she catches the hand.
Little brush, thank you very much. Anže kind of looking around, that expression of, what am I doing here?
I missed Anže for a while. I'm not sure where he is in the leaderboard, but I don't think he's safe yet.
No, I don't believe so either. Georgia does.
She is, though.
Yes, she is.
Is that 4 out of 4? No, 3 out of 4? Maybe 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
Certainly the first 2, right? Boulder number 3, I can't remember. We'll see in a sec.
Yes.
Lily Agrapart comes around the lip of the cave now.
Sam Richard. Look at this. The left hand hunting purchase. Oh my goodness, we haven't see him trying to turn the corner. Those stacked volumes changing the angle on you, pushing you out from the wall, which makes that thing so difficult. Agathe maybe undersold. You do see that. Once climbers have done a move once, sometimes they underthink it. Anže.
He's on the top 3 of these beautiful holds here.
And now the feet get really bad.
Yeah, but no, not many have got this far here. Only one has topped the boulder. Wow, went for the big bump.
Pops to it. Can he stay?
Maybe not with that right foot where it is. The left foot now, that one's better.
Agrapart kind of pulled that one out of the fire.
Did. That left foot needed to land on that jib. He was in trouble until it did, but good work from Anže. That will help the scoreboard.
And only the 2nd top of boulder number 4 sort of puts you in, whether you think you've had a good round or not, it sort of immediately knocks you into rarefied air for this round.
True. Lily goes again, pulls off the ground and gets started.
Classic track in the background, if I'm not mistaken. Chemical Brothers.
Good work from Lily. Left toe in. It's all about power endurance through here and accuracy with the hands, these blocked holds.
And just having to lean into the uncomfortable feet. Just saying, this foot's terrible and I'm okay with it.
That's interesting.
New.
Yeah, so went right before going left, but maybe it's just too far. But she had the toe in still, that's why.
Wild. Really working this out.
Agats might get a top here, as might Lily as we hit a double angle.
She does.
Lily's going to get this.
And Agat is also.
Yes.
Why?
Oh, look at that.
Double tops.
The two teammates finished almost at the same time here. So some of our staff watching on. Thank you, guys.
Crowd loves a double top, as do we.
It's pretty cool to
really
see.
good.
Very cool.
Really good.
Let's see a replay of the double top. Our cameramen like it too, because they've only got to do one thing. Nice and easy.
Just so clean from Lily.
It was, wasn't it? That right foot, the right hand had no drama, slotted in perfectly.
Yeah. And then here, just that right hip coming down and making that a nice, easy match, as it were. As easy as you could expect. Sam.
Foot bobbles before he can make the move, and with 30 seconds, he'll be done on that power boulder. At the beginning of the round, I thought boulder number 2 would be pretty toppable. People got close, but as it's gone on, we see how hard it is.
Oh, it's an expensive boulder, this one, for sure. And, I mean, this is as good as anyone's looked. Watch that right foot. And it's everything.
That's hard.
And it's not good.
So the rotation will come as we lose athletes trying to find just six to move into tomorrow's finals. We're at Dockmasters in the Netherlands, in Utrecht. And there is Selma waiting to be given the nod to turn around, which doesn't come. Oh, 8 seconds.
8 seconds left. I think it sounds like there's a beep that came early. Yeah, we were listening to the beep beeps.
I thought I was going to go mad. I'm pretty sure you should go. Right, but they are now underway.
They are now underway.
Julian.
And
oh, it's not Julian. Yes, it is Julian. Well, Julian's somewhere.
Yes.
That's not him. That's Leo.
This is Leo.
Julian's there. And
just behind him.
And then he's taking his time with this one, isn't he? Really trying to get. I think the starting position is difficult still. Thank you, Leo. Thank you for. Okay, trivial. Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
oh no, he's
fine.
popped it. He's popped it, Pete. There
It is difficult.
Why am I happy about this? I'm happy because Gregor said it was easy. And
we thought it was difficult.
But it looks easy. Fair enough. You can't win them all.
Nope.
Or any of them.
Or sometimes any. That's also true. I mean, we've seen. How many boulders do you think you've seen in your life?
Oh, God knows.
Right?
Millions.
Millions.
Oh, this is
Look
close,
how
though.
quick.
Sorry. Look at this. One hand. Yes. Good work from Julian.
Trying to find a little bit of purchase, and we. Oh my good! Great look at the sloper. Does find a heel, desperate but functional.
That was right on the edge, I think, but he did show control. He was still nothing for the judges to question there, from what I saw.
So that'll boost him on his roller coaster of a round so far. Frustration after boulder number 2, and a little bit of joy back on boulder number 3. Selma, oh, sort of underselling that move. My goodness. And Leo.
He got close before.
I mean, you get to be the judge at home too. You look at the start of this boulder and you think, that's not just giving it away.
No, none of it is there at this level, is it?
No.
So hard. Right, there is Selma in the background. We just get a cheeky shot of her. She starts to teeter her way over on the small jibs.
Just finding that balance point. Ugh. That is a good look at how terrible that thumb catch is. As the common expression, the thundercling.
Thank you. Thumb scrag, though, in my neck of the woods.
Oh, okay. That's a regional dialect.
I think it's an English thing, or
Maybe
a
it's an
British
English thing. British overall.
Yes, can't say English, that's terrible. Yeah, because I say it's the Brits, and they're like, yeah, thumb scrag, totally get it. Yeah. Anyone else looks at me like I'm a weirdo.
The only thing they get is that the thumb is involved in some way. But Leo, despite all, I mean, this is a really good work from him after having trouble unlocking the start of the boulder.
He's wanting to get the left hand up, I think.
Is he going to cross?
Yes, he is. I think it's good. Well, obviously we've seen people commit to the bump, but it might be the way to go.
And if I don't know if where he fits in the sort of size to reach, so maybe if he's a bit of a shorter climber, the bump would be way less appealing. Paul Brandt, a bit of one of the taller climbers in the field, would have been just a little bit more comfortable on that super, super low feet. But also, I mean, when a boulder is set with 4 holds within your box, you have to decide. You can go left, you can go right, you can't really match in there, but you can decide when to bump, how to bump, and the route setters have made you second guess yourself. And if it doesn't work, now you've layered on this, should I do something different? Should I go back and try the same thing? So they get in your head a little bit. Selma needs to clean this up a little bit.
Yeah, watch those feet here. She does a big move over, flings the right hand into the zone hold. And then will she do an early foot match? No, doesn't look like it. So this will be left hand up, right hand palm, and then try to flick the feet. Good and good, though.
Yeah, it looks good. Once you have that palm, the foot swap, so much easier.
An easy reach up. Wow, off that small jib. Good work from Selma.
So, I mean, with a minute to go, had a bit of trouble on the opening slab, but once she got that through that, no mistakes on the top of the boulder.
Moving quick, Leo catches it right. Got to be careful of the floor. And there's no tape there, actually. No, sorry, I thought it was, but yeah, got to be. Oh, there is.
There
tape.
is.
There we go. So you can't touch that.
Can't go around the corner. Left toe fighting. Omar in the background. So he's got time.
What will he do? He's going to go for the big left hand. Oh, he's going to go for a full jump. Ignore the penultimate hold.
Yeah, he got 2 fingers in that lip. And with 30 seconds to go and no boulders left, and they do climb to the end of the clock on the last boulder. There's no reason to save energy here. There is enough time. It climbs pretty quickly once you're through this.
Leo panicking a bit here. 20 seconds on the clock. Potentially a finals place in danger. Gets stood up into the thumb decling, thumb scrag, whatever you want. He's flowing. He's having to,
really moving.
He's just going to have to jump, though. Not enough time, no.
And not enough power.
He saw the sort of the fear in his eyes as that clock started beat down.
Oh, that one's going to sting a little bit.
Yeah, so Lily onto the stage. Oh, sorry, Agat onto the stage. Lily in the background. Agat's final boulder. She faces the crowd.
Trying to look not in the camera. I like the gents of the avoidance. Anything but straight into the camera.
It's funny, isn't it?
But now we got our floor camera give us just an interesting look at the start of this boulder. We've only really seen it from far away. And it's, as we've been pointing out, it's a bit of a runny do. It's not super, super hard, but it is, you can get this wrong pretty easily.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my nightmare, Matt. I missed the competition window. I stopped competing before these kind of boulders showed up. You put that in the gym and I just turn around and walk away. Like,
yeah, exactly. I look at it, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, they're intimidating even to veterans who know they should be able to do it. You have to look at your hands, you have to look at your feet. So it's a neat boulder to have put in last, and then Agat only needs to make 1 mistake to get it solved.
I think for them, this is a pretty easy little border move over. Lily is stretched out. Oh, 1 hand off the top as well.
Guillermo likes to go left-handed to the finish hold. Good stuff from Lily, or sorry, from Agat. Yeah, Guillermo going left-hand, there's really nothing. The right hand at least gets you falling away into the good part of the hold, but something he liked about it.
Lily is looking good here. You can just see the taping left behind with that right heel. Sorry, right ankle, but it's much less than it used to be. Up she goes. Simple stuff from Lily Agrapart here. Wow, what was the problem?
Nothing. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, that is very good from her.
Good stuff. Clean, precise, concise.
One to watch here for our future comp. She will leave the stage and take a few moments to recompose.
Samuel.
Good moustache too. You know, I mean, is it good? It's all right. It's pretty good.
It's there.
Getting there.
It's getting
developing.
Maybe it's early season. Right? Maybe it's sort of leading into the start of full competition season.
As winter comes, you need a bit of face protection. It'll get bushier.
I'll tell you, Matt. I mean, living where I do, where it gets to -30,
you need full beard.
It really helps on the walk to work.
I can't do it, Pete. I'd freeze my face up. I'll be in real trouble. Right, Sam, what can you do here? Tries to bring the left foot to match the hand. It's not a lot to stand on underneath there.
Just look at the grimace. Will tell you how much work, but does come really cleanly through there.
Maybe skipping it. Sam's a boosty climber, so if he does the bump, he's going to do the bump. Simple stuff. That boulder changes. The second you spot the bump, it's easier.
He campus the finish.
Why not?
Why not?
You're on a semi-good hole, Sam. Oh, good.
Yeah, threw feet out the window, didn't need them. You can see the confidence change. Good stuff. Really good stuff from Sam. You see him just gassed. He's like happy to be done, I think.
Yeah, deep breath from him. Well, hopefully we'll get some scores on the doors in a minute. It'd be good to see where we're at this point. It's coming, I'm sure. Top 6, remember, will make it through. And there's a 1 minute 52 on the clock for this round.
Guillermo got here once and looks pretty comfortable on these holds. Will he go right hand this time? Yes, you can hear the slap from that sloper.
Made sure of it.
And a really clean match. Great stuff, Guillermo.
Gets it done with 1.5 minutes. And, I think, we got a pause, Pete.
We do.
Well, we'll talk about scores, shall we? Georgia over Agat and Lily in our top 3, followed by Amber in 4th. Tsiatakis is into the finals, as is Jayla Martin. Tessa Rubichon at the moment, and I don't know how much that's going to change around, actually. That could be it. Hegge just pushed out. Ange with that top, jumps into the top spot over Slav. Then Samuel just watched him with the boulder in hand, so he might go up to top spot. Artur, Mikel and Tidor. Leo in 7th. Oh, that could change. He's got a... No, he hasn't. Boulder 4 done.
Yeah, and Julian has a boulder in hand.
Julian's the one, isn't
and
it?
And a second boulder puts you in 3rd.
Yeah. So if you're Theodore, you could be a little bit nervous in 6th at the moment. So still things to play for here, but for the women, more sewn up. So we get to enjoy some victory laps for them.
And it's a funny place to be in when you're sitting watching your other competitors. You want to make the final, but you want to make it on your merit. You don't want to make somone else made mistakes. Sure. So you're rooting for you, but you don't hope for someone to make a mistake or do something that they're not capable of. You want to win on your best day when everyone else is having their best day as well. But there's a little bit of butterflies when you're on the bubble.
Yeah, exactly that. YouTube, keep your comments coming. If you've got any questions, you haven't got long now, and let us know who you're supporting, where you're watching from. A boat somewhere in the world, I think, is our winner currently.
I mean, unless he's just off the coast.
It's true. I have no idea what his coordinates meant. I presume he's not internet in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, for example, so maybe he's not watching from there. So maybe New Zealand is winning. Who knows? In the shadows is Selma. She waits for the final 5 seconds. The clock ticks down.
She will turn around to see a little hop, skip, and a jump.
Doable boulder for her. And Julian Weimer as well has been announced. We're just 2 boulders now. We got to that point already?
Yeah, we're at 1.
1?
One boulder left.
1 boulder.
Just 1 boulder.
Ooh.
2 climbers.
Yeah, after this, I will have some interviews lined up. I know that Georgia Tessio is waiting for me down at the bottom, so she will be one of them. So do stick with us after the comp finishes. Selma, as expected, really, is cruising.
Yeah. Oh, just just a little bit of hip mobility at the top, at the end of your round.
I think you need to go to the high one, so good work from her.
Sort of asked a lot of that right hip for a second there, but closing out her round.
So with a smile, Selma will leave us. Julian Weimer will have a more tricky end to his boulder here. Boulder number 4, not as easy as boulder number 4 for the women.
Lots of work to be done.
Now, Pete, I'm being told that I've got to leave you. Okay. So,
all right.
I'm just going to walk out. I'll tell you what, I'll wait for this. I think we've got one more.
Yeah, we'll let Julian get through this, and then we'll say goodbye. We'll send you down to the mats to round up your athletes, get a little bit of insight. It's a really fun conversation right after having qualified into finals. You get the good energy coming.
As long as they've lined up the right athlete. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I will go quite soon.
All right, Julian.
So Julian has a look left, has a look back up again. And for this, really, it's a good-looking boulder, this.
I love it. I really do.
I like how the setters have not only blocked the boulder, they've blocked it with sort of style. There's a big one in the middle. They drip down like petals.
Yes, just gently falling off. Very poetic, very poetic.
Well, that's why we're here, Pete. That's why we're paid the minimum, I mean the medium bucks.
Medium.
Medium bucks.
Medium bucks. So bring a little joy to your afternoon, evening, or if maybe if you're in the middle of the Pacific, it's first thing in the morning.
Who only knows what he's doing out there?
Or he's lying.
Maybe he's lost. Maybe he's setting us some coordinates out of desperation. Like, please help.
Oh my goodness.
Matt.
Lost in translation. All right. Julien.
2.5 minutes.
Makes the drop over. He thought about that for a while the first time, fell off. Arthur is winning the sweater game, P.S. He wore a similar sweater yesterday, and I almost took it off of him.
Team France there watching on.
Cheering. Carefully cheering.
Now we saw Sam get a toe right in underneath.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where to put that toe.
And yeah, we saw him, and he really believed in the thumb. Like, he hit the thumb and was locked in. And it looks here, we've seen, and a few other people, not to pick on Julien at all, look a bit too stretched out, that the thumb is like not giving them enough purchase. And you really, Matt and I have been miming out 80% of the boulders. It's a very active commentary booth.
We've air climbed them twice, at least.
Right. Yeah, he just looks uncomfortable, as this boulder, I think, is designed to make the climbers feel uncomfortable. Nothing feels really secure. This angle tells you it's a slab, so you should be able to be on your feet, but the feet are really, really, really insecure.
Setters have made a good job of turning the slabs not into slabs, which I quite like. I do struggle sometimes with athletes very slowly tiptoeing across bad holds. I prefer something a bit like this, where there's some more going on.
Yeah, a little explosivity, or a little, a little more thinking, a little more power. Power slabs are, I agree with you. I much prefer a slab where you do have to grip some things.
Yeah. Well, he's got to grip these next few holds, because there's not much to be had here. He's only got 1 minute left.
He doesn't like the high foot, which it's, as you say, it's terrible. Yeah. I mean, that's a perfect angle of it. The hand is fine.
Hand's all right, yeah. And it's a good hand, that, but it's the way when you stand up, you're suddenly falling out of that undercling. 45 seconds, it's not looking close here at the moment.
No, but he is going to try right down to the wire.
Yeah, he'll keep going. Only one last climber to come after this. Up into the thundercling. Got to execute now.
And that shrug of frustration, all too common, of the, I'm not sure that I know what I was supposed to do there. They'll talk about it after the one kind of joy of finishing a round. You get to at least have some conversations with the people who've done the boulder and maybe give you some insight on what they could have done. Here are some scores now. Giorgio Tessio locked in at the top. Agathe, Selma, Lily, Amber Schifflers, and Lucia rounding out your top 6. Tight for 6th and 5th spot on the ladies' side. And then all over the map, Sam, Anže, Guillermo, Slav, Artur still in, Mika still in. And that won't change, because Guillermo's already punched his ticket through. So Julien had an opportunity and did not. And I think you're going to have Artur and Mika are maybe shocked that they've earned their ticket into the finals, thinking that they didn't climb well.
Be good to see him. Well, Lily will kind of rampage through this boulder, I would imagine, pretty quickly. Yeah, oh, not quite.
Not quite.
Pete, I'm going to leave you to it, mate. I'm going to go down and do some interviews. I will see you guys in a second with some of our achievers. And we'll watch our final 2 finish things off here at Dock Masters.
Also, right, we'll see you shortly down there, wrangle a couple of athletes and get their insight. And we are going to stick with Lily and Guillermo and see how they finish out their round. Really good stuff from Lily, making it happen as she needs to. And you see here that they're already talking. This is what they do. They come right off the boulders, like, what did you do there? And he's like, well, I did this. I put my hand here. And then you see this. That's what I thought I was doing. It's, in comps like this where they're allowed to hang out and watch the last boulder, you see the camaraderie from teammates and also just from colleagues and people they've been competing with for years. And they're across the board, every athlete wants to send all of the boulders, and they want to get as much information as they can on maybe why they didn't do a boulder. All right, only one left now. 3 minutes, and Guillermo and boulder number 4 to close out our semifinals round here at Dock Masters 2026. We are at Utrecht in the Netherlands, and one of the great tune-up events at the start of the boulder season. Six. A little brush here. Sometimes forces the rest. Sometimes you do need to get the chalk off. He, of course, does not know. They don't see the scores. They don't really have much of an idea how everyone else has climbed. So he doesn't know that he doesn't need to do this boulder to get into the final. He thinks that this is a requirement. He knows the boulder's hard. He knows that maybe not more than a handful of climbers will have done it. But you never want to leave anything to chance. There are no regrets out here, and every climber will climb to the end of the buzzer on the last boulder. He's got a good rest, staring at these holds. The crowd would love to see us end with either a strong effort or a top, and I'm sure Guillermo would like to walk away from the round also hearing a little bit of a roar from the crowd. It can be hard to be the only one on the wall. You sometimes feel a bit of a push to jump back on earlier than maybe you should, simply because you know, there's just a few hundred people staring only at you. So sometimes it gets in your head. All right, cleanly up into the thumb. And this is the move that's proving to be super difficult to unlock. Now, makes it work this time. Gets the swap, little inside flag. Made that foot swap challenging. Gets up high. It's maybe dangerous. I mean, if you didn't need to know, or if you're super late joining us, the grimace of effort, maximum effort that you saw from Guillermo there should tell you everything you need to know about how difficult boulder number 4 has been. He is showing us that it looks like he's going to try it one more time. Does save it. Now coming down to 15 seconds. Has secured the zone. Got it on the last try. Really wants to get this boulder. Oh, just a dry fire. Really pushing. Maybe rushing a little bit. Guillermo Franginillo closing out the semi-final round here at the Dock Masters. I hope you have enjoyed the climbing that was put on display this evening. I know that we enjoyed bringing it to you. Matt is getting ready to interview some climbers down there. We are going to show you the provisional top 6 results. So this is just as we have it now, barring any appeals, but this is where the scores put us. The MCs are giving the crowd a little bit of information. So on the women's side, Lily Abriat, 4 tops. Georgia Tessio, 4 tops. Agathe Selma with 3. And then Amber and Lucia are rounding out our top 6. As we said, really, really close. Came down to attempts and zones for the ladies to get that last spot. So that's your provisional finals on the women's side. Top 6 go through. And for the men, Sam Richard, Ange, Guillermo gets through, Slav, and then Artur and Julien just knocking out Mika Mawem with a zone, or maybe 1 top 3 zones on attempt. So that's how tight it is on the men's side. Top 6 going through. That is going to be an excellent final. Tomorrow night, 6:15, we're going to get back on the live stream. It is going to be absolutely a wonderful time. Let's go down to Matt, who is down on the mats with a couple of our semi-finalists. Let's hear their thoughts on how this round went and how tomorrow might go.
Yes, I've managed to find some finalists down here, so congratulations to both of you. But let's start with Sam, because you stand next to me. Sam, 2 out of 4 done. Quite a hard round.
Yeah, actually it was pretty hard boulders in all the styles. Every boulder was quite hard, but yeah, I think it was a great round because except the white one, all the boulder worked, and it was nice to climb.
You look very relaxed out there. Clearly the training has been paying off. Do you use these comps as an idea of where you are for sort of the World Cup, PCL and all that stuff that's coming later on?
Yeah, it's always nice to have some comps to like get back on the routines and to try myself because we have the nationals which are coming in February. But yeah, it's always nice to keep some calm during the training. The training has been cool so far, so it's nice.
Well, Sam, it's lovely to have you back. You're so much fun to watch, so thank you. Can we just swap you guys over here a little bit? Georgia, you look ridiculously good out there today. That's all I can say. Did you have a good round? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Actually, this morning I was very stressed, but yeah.
Why?
Because it's the first comp after a long time, so yeah, I was a bit nervous, long time without doing any comp boulder, so it was good to be here and I really enjoyed the round. I was relaxed and I climbed well. I'm happy on how I climbed, so yeah, it was very funny.
Well, you climbed very, very well. Obviously, finals tomorrow. What are you going to be doing? Because it's a late finals in the evening. Presumably a little bit of chill, refuel and rest now before then?
Yeah, for sure. We are going to take a cinema roll for celebrating the finals, for sure. And then a little tour of the city and just relaxing, enjoying the good time here and the beautiful city.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck for tomorrow. Go away, have some rest, reset, and I'll see you then. Thank you very much. See you later, guys. Right, well, there we go. And look at this, by magic, my co-commentator comes in. Pete, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Just appeared down from the top floor. Really cool to hear insights, basically right off their last boulders. The mindset to say, we're just going to go explore the city tomorrow and hang out. I love that.
Exactly. All right, well, I think that's it. We're going to sign off now. We'll be back tomorrow for the finals of Dock Masters. 6 athletes, much to come, just 3 for our podium. I cannot wait. My name's Matt Groom.
Pete Woods here, 6:15 tomorrow night.
There we go.
Come hang out with us on the live stream. Thanks for hanging out on the channel. Matt, had a great time.
Yep, thanks, Pete. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Hello fellow climbers. My team and I built Dr. Plano, software for climbing and bouldering gyms that reduces admin work, so you can focus on climbing and community. Our scheduling algorithm creates shift plans from your rules and team preferences. Staff can track working hours, swap shifts or call in sick online. For your customers, Dr. Plano supports online bookings and payments directly on your website. And now we are building our own POS. Gyms across Europe already trust Dr. Plano. If you want less admin and more climbing, scan the QR code for a demo or a short call. Enjoy the Dock Masters.
Mooie vind ik dat je de weg niet meer hoort, dat er geen andere mensen zijn, dat je helemaal in het bos bent. En daar ligt dan opeens een supermooi blok. En er zit niks extra, er zit niks in de weg, er zit geen scherpe greepje in. Ja, soms denk je wel eens van ja, dit kan toch bijna niet anders dan dat dit gemaakt is om te klimmen. Dit is echt perfect. Hè, alsof een hele goede routebouwer voor ons cadeautjes heeft neergelegd om te ontdekken. In die afgelegen gebieden vind ik het heerlijk om in mijn eentje te klimmen, alles zelf uit te zoeken, de geluiden van het bos om me heen. Een werkdag is echt, dan loop ik met mijn mapje door het bos en dan heb ik dingen uit te zoeken. Bijvoorbeeld nieuwe boulders die geopend zijn, intekenen. Er zijn vaak geen filmpjes van die boulders nog. Helemaal geen informatie. Nou, dat vind ik een hele mooie manier van klimmen.